Ryan.
And Steven! Welcome back, everybody, to Tyranny of Dragons, The Lost and Found. This is episode 29, so we're about to hit episode 30 real quick. So that's super exciting. Apologies for anybody who was watching last time for having to cut the stream early. Like Letterkenny says, when a friend asks for help, you help them. So that's what I did. Thank you, players, for being super cool about that. Not like you had a choice, but I'm glad that we had a good attitude about it anyways. Appreciated. So go ahead and pat yourselves in the back. I only have one arm, so that makes it a little more difficult nowadays. But
You can still do it, though.
yeah, I can. It just feels like garbage, because that's exactly what the break is.
Just
So,
going to clarify, one functional arm, one functional arm. You still have both of them, technically.
yes, I did not lose an entire arm. I probably would not be doing this if I lost an entire arm.
Yeah, I figured.
No, you probably would.
We will see. 50-50 shot on that. But let's not find out for realsies. Anyways, let's do a quick recap of our last game. If I remember correctly, we started off at Cabell's Hill at the Leaky Bucket, finished up some breakfast, and pretty much got on our merry way. Began heading north on the Stogenau River, tracing the kind of corruption of this chaos stuff up the river, heading closer and closer to the Dark Pyramid of Sorcerer's Isle, Legend of Korra style. On the way there, you guys began to notice more and more changes. More scored plants, these big teal-looking plants that fruits hang northwards towards the sky, creatures of unusual size. Like if the entire Princess Bride rats, just everything. Strange, just different viscosities that the river would change into, awful noises that come from the wrong animals, and a couple hours into it, the party discovered what seemed to be large silver-esque fish that were swimming through the trees and not the Stogenau.
Oh.
As the party kind of went, well, that's weird, green tentacles erupted from the Stogenau and wrapped up Reyn and Çiaran, correct? Pretty sure.
Alder.
Alder. Well, there was a 33% shot I had that one right. Wrapped up. A fight ensued with Gelt getting the ever-living shit bitten out of him because what turned out to not be one giant silver
2 crits.
air swimming fish was actually hundreds upon thousands of smaller mutated fish all swimming through the air, and opened up with a nasty critical. It was looking real bad for Gelt, and then Alder, who went down in the fight after getting their own crit on them from this, what we now know is a mutated form of a swarm of quippers. So Alder going down. Luckily, Gelt pulled out that sweet channel divinity and returned that crit right back to sender and blew up that swarm like fireworks. Reyn held it down with one of the octopuses, just pretty much turned, stood and delivered, and the octopus tried to escape, but with a reckless attack was able to cut through and end this mutated green giant octopus's life. Çiaran saw Octopus and said, well, if you can't beat them the right way, we'll just turn into it and beat them the correct way. And turned into her own form of giant octopus. There they had a dangerously close hentai-esque fight with Çiaran coming out on top. Interpret that as you will.
Damn it.
Like we are going to get away from those references. Alder was indeed picked back up, having cuts all over his body in every near conceivable place, including losing the vast majority of his clothing. Luckily, Çiaran was nice enough to give him her big cloak with all the pockets and everything, so Alder's not, walking around naked, but he's definitely felt much better at different points of his life. The party continued, getting to see just the barest glint of the pyramid out in the distance, seeing within eye shot, but definitely still a bit of a journey to to go. The party debated on the merits of trying to push through evening, through parts of the Quivering Forest at night to get to the pyramid, or hunkering down and taking a rest and hitting the pyramid fresh, and of course with daylight. A good debate was had. Some poor descriptions on the DM part probably made that debate a little too long. Full admittance. But the party decided that let's hunker down, let's not walk through the Quivering Forest, the mutated Quivering Forest in the dead of night to get to the source of all this corruption. Seemed like a pretty good idea. So the party hunkered down in, if we look on our Discord main, I posted a bunch of what the radiuses would look like on a grid. You guys were in a 20-foot radius. I think that'll kind of help us with our theater of the mind. As the party bedded down, Çiaran took first watch, and with her exceptional perception, noticed what appeared to be, and because you rolled exceptionally well, 7 quadrupedal figures began to approach the party. Using Pass Without Trace, Çiaran was able to get all the party awake and on their feet before this kind of pack descended upon the party. We rolled for initiative, which we will continue on and have it all written out.
Sorry, guys.
Right here. Yes, unfortunately, while all the party did well, the warhorse, with its very minimal stealth, is not as quiet as everyone else is, unfortunately, and kind of be ushered in the beginning of combat with the party seeing it's not a giant boar, even though boars are quite large, but a boar with strange bone-like protrusions growing out, as if its tusks had almost grown, almost cancerous-like, and just with just total abandon, creating almost a horn-like structure growing up through the top of the mouth in an incredibly grotesque and disturbing way. So, we'll return back to this moment as this boar kind of breaks through the tree line. Let me ask you guys, just as like a point of clarification, in that 20-foot circle, I know, Gelt, you're right next to your horse.
Yes.
Where is everybody else? I will let you guys choose where you were sleeping, instead of telling you where you slept.
Do we remember the order in which people were woken up? I woke up Reyn first, and then I woke up Gelt, I think, and Reyn woke up
and I was the last.
Alder.
I was the last one. Yeah.
So I'm probably right next to Gelt, and Reyn is on the other side of the radius with Alder, probably.
Up to you guys. That
would make sense to me.
Totally
That
works
sounds
for
logical.
me as well. Yeah. I believe, if I remember correctly.
So probably like upper left corner and lower left corner, or
upper left
or the right side.
Yeah, we'll say the north side has horse Gelt and Çiaran, and bottom half has Reyn and Alder, and that you guys are within 5 feet of each other at this moment in time. So, coming from, and we're going to use the kind of radius, north being the top. So the north side has the 3, the south side has you 3. I think that'll just make it easier for us. So, coming in first is this boar. It hears your horse starter, Gelt, and so it is going to barrel down onto said horse. And make an attack, and it's going to try to gore it with its strange, mutated tusk, horn, whatever it is that you could call this mutated creature.
It's tusk.
Typically it would be a tusk, but this thing is, like everything else in this part of the woods, is mutated. Alright. That is going to be... Oh, snap. Hold on. I just noticed on this one, it gives me abilities, but it doesn't actually give me the attack of this creature. That's a problem.
Wild. That's wild. Just
That is the first time it has ever happened whilst
Weird.
playing these modules. So, for anybody
Does it give you
listening,
surrounding creatures?
no, luckily I have the monster manual right here, so I'm able to pull it up. But for everyone listening, Dark Period of Sorcerer Isles in the Tyranny of Dragons storyline for D&D Expeditions, number 11. If you're looking on there. Big mistake on that part, so be aware of that, because it's obnoxious. But here it is. Okay, that's going to be a 7 against your horse.
They're not barded, so their AC is.
I think it's still 11.
Yeah, still
It
definitely
is.
higher
It is.
than
Yes,
that.
it is. I'm looking right now. It is 11. Yes.
So,
good.
yes, this mutated boar, the Moor, if we will, comes
Hey,
charging
that's
in, and if it was larger, it would have been easier, but your horse is able to rear back, and is, while startled, it kind of goes in between the legs and misses. So, it's safe for the round. Starting at the top is actually going to be Reyn.
Yeah, it is. Is there a boar? There's definitely a boar within 25 feet of me, right?
Within 25, yeah, you guys are what one would call surrounded on multiple sides.
Joy. Well, whichever one is closest, I'm gonna barrel down on it. Bonus action to use to activate a good old rage.
Bosh Rage.
Uh,
You break through, and the thing closest to you as you break through is hard to see, since it is still dark here. You guys went with no light, so it is currently dark under the canopy. So perception checks will be made at disadvantage, but they are making noises. You head there, and you don't see a boar, Reyn. What you see is it looks like a wolf, but there's 2 heads attached to it. They're almost, and they don't look like they're 2 perfectly formed heads. It's almost like they share the half middle feature. Much like if you guys are into horror anime, Tomy from
yeah, it's all
Yeah.
split.
mhm.
Tell me, yeah. But, yeah.
Tomie, technically.
Cool.
But
Who told you?
Nice. This thing is not that thing, but boy, does
No,
it
I
share
know,
the
but
same
it's terrible.
features.
yeah, it's fucking terrifying. Cool. I don't want that to get closer to my friends, so I'm gonna use my action to try and grapple it.
Okie dokie. So it's a little roll off then. That's gonna be a 12.
And I got a 22.
All right, you grapple this thing, and its heads. You can. It makes this awful kind of inhaling noises as it's almost sharing like a set of lungs with too much air coming in at once.
Gross. It takes 3 magical bludgeoning damage as I initiate the grapple.
Da 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 da. We'll make that. We'll make that you, buddy. Got it.
And that's my turn.
Okie dokie. So after that, that is Çiaran.
All right. Is there a clump of them, or have they got us like in a perfectly surrounded, so there's no group of them?
There doesn't seem to be any grouping of them. They've spread out and encompassed you.
Okay. Let's try this then. Sorry, I'm pulling an audible real quick. Could I catch 2 or 3 of them with a 15-foot cube if I kind of
Make me a
found them
perception
more?
check with disadvantage.
Okay. Definitely not. So I'm just gonna hit the boar with the dagger.
Dagger,
Yeah.
okay. Go ahead and try to hit this boar with the dagger.
With the dagger, that is 14.
14 will hit.
Sweet. Nice. That's That's 8 piercing and 4 acid.
So you go in and you go straight through the top of its head. You slice through kind of the horn tusk, the husk of it, and you're
Sure.
going through and you can feel it dig in, and you're just about to get to that point of death, and the bone grows at an exponential rate and pushes the dagger off as it's bleeding profusely. Had that bow not grown, you have a very good feeling it would have died, but it still stands on its feet.
Of course.
Wow.
Oof.
It's relentless in its attack.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I've got people next to me. I'll just end my turn. That's fine.
Nice. All right, moving down, that is going to be another boar comes charging in. This one going after you, Gelt.
Okay.
Currently, Gelt, since you do not have your goggles on, you cannot see because it is complete
Nope.
darkness in here, so it's going to have
just
advantage
woke
on
up.
the attack.
Mhm.
God damn it. That's a 1 and a 2.
Wow.
It comes in and you don't see it, but suddenly there is just a and you can feel just this kind of hairy heat that is suddenly next to you. You feel a big movement of kind of the feeling you get when air rushes when something large has moved in a very fast motion, but it does
What
not
was
connect
that?
with you.
Harry Heat's my porn name.
-1.
Jake
Minus
the Jerk
1.
here.
You take that experience point away right now.
I will. That was worth it.
I appreciate it though, Nick.
I can't give you the +1 for that, but I definitely laughed.
Can take it away though.
Yep. All right. So that that's Harry Heat's turn. God damn it.
Alrighty, Harry.
All right. Alder, what is your dexterity?
My dex, it's only 12, so that's just a +1 on the modifier.
You go first.
Very nice. Okay, so Reyn's got one over there. I imagine I can see the other boars that are coming over at Gelt's and
Yes.
Çiaran, right?
In this area, you do have you have that natural red dark vision. So yes, you can see all the ones that your party is engaged with.
Okay, sweet.
So yeah,
I
there's
will take
3. Well, 2 boars
Yeah.
and 1 death dog.
Gotcha. I will then take aim at the one that just came charging in at Gelt, and so we'll use a chromatic orb on that one.
Got it.
Do a 15 hit.
A 15 do hit.
I
Sweet.
love fighting beasts. Well, I'm putting heavy quotations around beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bordering on monstrosity for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love those things. And so it's gonna take 13 fire damage off
13 fire damage. All right. You throw the diamond and it gains heat. It lights up the area for just a moment as it slams into the side of this boar. The bone growths begin to grow exponentially, but they can't keep up with the burning as it burrows through this boar. And there's the awful smell of burnt hair and tusk at the same time as the one next to Gelt's crumples.
Nice.
that. Sweet.
Nice.
Take
Okay.
that.
Very nice.
Cool. We have a chance. Well, not
Go
that we
help your
didn't
horse.
have a chance. But this is good.
Yeah, we're looking all right.
Well, so that was the one by
Good
Gelt.
stuff.
Good to know. All right. Nice, Alder. Any movement for you?
Nope. I'll stay where I am.
All right. Barreling out of the trees is another boar. This one is going to come from the opposite side. This one is also going to go after the horse.
No!
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
leave my horse
it's
alone.
what alerted up. Them
There's the
to us,
crit.
so.
Hey, you
Oh.
leave the horse
Oh
alone.
no!
Boy.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Yes, sir. 1 second. It's just gonna be an 8, my guy.
An 8, and then... Okay, well, luckily your horse is strong, so that'll pass.
What? That's a destroyer. Oh, it is strong. Holy shit, it's
Yeah.
strong, dude.
Yeah.
War horses,
horses
are,
are the-
very strong. They're
They're
very
made of
strong.
muscle.
Your horse is the strongest thing in the party. Like,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
yeah, I mean, the same goes for, I mean, pretty much for all of your guys' horses. I mean, it's really what Reyn is
We
striving
paid
to be
2,000 gold
horse
for them,
strong.
okay?
Trying to get strong like a horse. So it's gonna take. So yeah, that's 2d6 plus the crit. So that is going to be 21 points of piercing damage.
You killed my horse.
So the boar runs in, and since your horse doesn't have dark vision, it can't even see what's happening before it drives this awful, disformed, jagged tusk straight through, and it pierces the hearts of your horse, and you feel just this awful pain shoot through your own body. You're gonna take your horse has 20 hit points, correct?
That is correct, yes.
You're gonna take 1 point of damage as the damage transfers over to you, and you feel this pain in your heart as your connection is severed from your horse, and it.
Does it disappear like a fine steed now
It
that
does
that's
not.
gone, or no?
It does not.
Can you describe that, please, Tom? Actually,
No,
It's
he said it
if not,
doesn't
I
disappear.
was.
yeah.
And then
Your
Gelt was in the
as the tusk goes through, you're expecting, especially with it for your horse, to poof disappear like you've heard other familiars do, maybe even like a certain pseudo dragon that you saw once before, but instead it pierces through and falls and lands just like a regular horse. It does not disappear. Its corpse is still there. So that's that boar's turn. Then, Gelt, it is your move. Because I know you have more dex than this other creature does.
Oh, I do. Is it a free action to don my goggles?
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Let me pull that up real quick. God, I don't think I'm good at that actually.
It's Dex.
Plus three.
Yeah,
Okay.
you use Dex, dude.
You're right. I do. Hey, well, I forget I'm a Dexident half the time. All right, and that's why I have
I
you,
don't.
Nick.
Paladex.
That's gonna be a
Paladex.
17.
A 17. As a bonus action, you can get your goggles of night on.
Okay, so I will don them. And then because I woke up and I can pick up my Electrum Shield and my my whip with no extra action, right?
You can pick up one as a free action.
That's a free action, hey.
You
It's
could get
good, it's
both,
cool.
but it'll take your action. To put all of that on, if you want your goggles, your shield, and your whip, that's going to take your action and
that's
bonus
asking,
action.
yeah, that's asking too much. Yeah, you're right. So he's gonna pick up his whip, and after feeling that connection severed, he's gonna. Can he see that boar?
Oh yeah. With
Okay.
with this on, most definitely. You turn and you see you get him on just in time, and you see
Alright,
your
great.
horse go down.
It's upsetting, but I'm still going to go ahead and attack twice on this motherfucker.
Yes, you are level 5 paladin.
That's right.
Hey, hey, hey.
First one is going to be a 17.
Yeah, 17 will do. Go ahead and roll damage.
Second one is going to be a 23.
Yeah, both hit.
Okay, so let me roll the damage on this guy real quick.
This silence is brought to you by D&D Beyond. Actually, no, not really. We're not sponsored by D&D Beyond. That would be
that's-
super dope.
That's 20. I wish, right? 22.
Combined, yeah. So you
Yeah.
you bring the whip down and your kind of righteous fury, and it strikes dead on to this boar, and it breaks through the horn, and you see the bones, the bone tusks, begin to grow and kind of cover this creature, defending it from what would have been this mortal wound. But then you bring it down a second time and shatter through it, killing the beast.
Right, you fucking take that, you stupid. I'm gonna fucking make a great pork shoulder roast out of this, guys.
So that takes care of that horse. All right. Bounding in from the other side towards you, Çiaran, is another boar.
Cool.
That's going to be a 16.
That will just hit.
All right. That's going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As you're pulling out the dagger from this one, you're hit from the side of oof as it pierces into you. At a full charge. That's going to be its movement. Then coming out, another one of this mutated, what I'm just going to refer to as death dogs, comes out of the brush and heads towards you, Reyn, as you're grappling another one of its. And it's going to make 2 attacks, one with each head.
But
The
and I
first,
did not reckless because I grappled.
indeed. So the first attack is a 20.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And then the second one is only a 9.
That is gonna miss.
Okay, so the first one is going to do reduced 2 points of piercing damage. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw against disease.
Got it. I am not protected against that.
Don't you worry.
That is going to be. Oh yeah, that's a 19.
19. Yeah, you can. As one of the heads kind of sinks in and grabs like the back of your shoulder, you can feel its jagged teeth, and there's kind of this burning sensation that begins to like seep through its teeth, and you flex real hard on your shoulders, and you can feel you almost grapple its teeth by flexing your shoulder muscles before it pulls back, and you can feel you can feel just a little as you push out the little bit of tainted blood.
Get out of there.
Alder, another one of these dogs, comes rushing out, and it's going to take 2 attacks against you.
All right.
I'm sorry, I left you alone.
The first one's going to
okay.
be a 10.
That do not.
All right. The second one is going to be a 12.
That would, but I'll go ahead and shield it.
Worth right before arrest.
It jumps, and both heads come down at you, and it looks like both of them are about to bite you straight in your arms. You're like, well, I can't lose these. This is how I cast things. So you shield, and another bright, momentary flash of red light appears as you put your shield in front of you, and it bites shield, but does not bite your still very bit up flesh. So, all right, that's the end of first round. Next is a boar. On deck is Reyn.
Just to make sure, did the one I grappled ever get to go? Because I did not get attacked by that one.
No, you didn't actually.
Sure.
No, it moved and it tried to attack my horse, right?
Yeah, it went before you. That's fine.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We're
I have a
gonna
death-
keep
I have a
we're gonna
death
keep
grapple.
moving.
Okay, just
that
making
was
sure.
last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're,
okay.
Oh, yep, you are correct. It's at the very, very bottom. I
Do it.
almost missed
Do
it.
it.
Just being full
Do
fair.
it.
All right, so it's gonna make its 2 attacks. One is a 24. The other one is an 11.
Yeah, the 24
Yeah.
definitely hit.
All right, go ahead and make me that con save. We're gonna take another 2 points.
And that is going to be a 16 con this time.
16. This one burns more. It's a little harder to do as this one's towards the front, but you're able to get just enough out before it takes hold. So now back to the top with Reyn, you being on deck. This is the boar that was nearly killed by Çiaran. So it's gonna try to tuska you. Not with that 7, it's not. So, all right, it's gonna stand and deliver. Reyn.
Yeah. Trying to remember. Oh yeah, last time I was just using my bonus actions for hexes, so I do still have my tattoo. I use my bonus action and yell out pins and needles as my tattoo activates.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then
As
I'm
the
gonna.
ink becomes incredibly prominent and no
Mhm.
longer just covers the bones, it almost makes imagine Greed from Full Metal Alchemist, but from the
Oh.
elbows down.
I approve. And then he is going to make an attack against the one he has grappled. Unarmed attack, obviously, since I'm
Oh,
grappling.
well, go for it.
And doing reckless. Yeah, that's gonna be a 24.
24 will hit.
So that is going to be 11 magical bludgeoning and 4 force.
Magical opponent plus 4 force. Yeah, you slam a fist down on top of this kind of right in between the middle where these two heads grow out from each other, and you hear a crack as you make a really solid hit. It's you still have it in your grapple. It's looking not bloodied but dazed.
Okay. And then that's action bonus, and I am just gonna stand and deliver like I always do.
All right, you got it. Does it take any sort of extra damage for being grappled by you right now?
I added that into the bludgeoning
Yeah.
damage
Okay.
already.
Just
Because
wanted-
yes, while I'm grappling because of my unarmed fighting style, I do an extra D4 of bludgeoning damage with all of my melee attacks I make.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure.
I appreciate
Returning
you
the
checking,
favor.
though.
So, excellent. Next is Çiaran. With Alder, you're on deck next.
So there's still the one that's mostly dead from last round.
Mm-hmm. The one that that's bone growths were able to save it from certain death.
We're gonna try and kill that one then.
Ja.
Shit. 10 doesn't do it, I imagine.
10 just barely does not do it.
Fuck.
It's able to move just out of the way. You go through and it moves its head up and you barely miss with the dagger.
Do I have any allies within like 5 feet of me, like directly next to me?
Yeah, Gelt.
I would say you and I.
Yeah,
as a
you and
horde.
Gelt are basically back to
We
back
have
at
not
this
moved.
point.
Yeah, we did not
Okay.
move.
Alright, I'm gonna stay back to back with Gelt then. I'll just have my
You got it. Alder, your move. Gelt, you're on deck.
Alrighty. I will go ahead then. I imagine I might be back to back or similar with Reyn. If
Yeah.
not, I'll
You.
I'll position myself away where he's not directly in front of me, and we're gonna go ahead and burning hands the boar that's on me. So please make me a dex save.
Sure thing. It's not a boar that's on you. It's one of the dogs.
Oh, the dogs. True.
Yes.
A
Okay.
reason to use fire.
But yes. Ooh, that is going to be a success with a 22.
It do success, so it will take half. Let's see. Yes, that I rolled 12, so it'll take 6 fire damage on that one.
6 fire damage. All right, you got it. And another flash of brilliant light lights up the whole area, and you can really get a look at these creatures. They have almost like everything else here. The one in front of you seems to actually have scales growing out from it. All of their
Ugh.
eyes are a sickly green, as if the pupil itself has expanded, removing the iris, but the sclera is green, a sickly green color. And this seems to be you really get a good look at this dog. The dog's in front of you as well, Reyn. It's very similar, partially scaled, awful inverted eye sclera colors.
Gross.
You can almost see the same kind of green dripping from their mouths.
Gross.
Disgusting.
Booty.
All right, excellent. Alder. Gelt.
All right. Does Gelt see any of these hounds around him or these hounds around him?
Not the hounds. You look around and you have your dark vision. You see there is there are boars right within striking distance. There's one that's looking incredibly spicy that Çiaran is currently engaged with. There's another one from the side that is also engaged with Çiaran. And then looking across, go ahead and make me a perception check with disadvantage. Because you see those two because they're right there.
No, bud. That's gonna be an unnat 1.
An unnat 1. You see, you're almost actually blinded for a second because you look over and then Alder blasts burning hands. And it's like looking at a light source with night vision goggles on. You're like, ooh! You turn away and you look, but you do see that there are two boars. One looking ready to fight, and the other one that Çiaran's fighting with it's incredibly spicy.
All right. Can I use my free action to pick up my shield?
Totally.
And I pick up the Electrum shield just to clarify.
Gotcha.
And I'll engage, or I'll make an attack on or at least one of the ones that's attacking Çiaran right now.
Yeah, you can make an attack on both of them. One each, if you'd like.
Let's just engage one for the moment.
Which one?
One is very hurt and the other is fine.
Let's go for the one that's fine then.
Okay, go ahead. Load on up, bud.
First one's going to be a 12.
A 12, that'll hit.
Okay, the second one will be that's a crit failure, dude.
Alright, go ahead and make that first attack.
Already, will do. I'm sorry, Çiaran, I didn't mean it.
You're fine.
You don't know that you hit her.
11.
11. Yeah, you bring the whip down, and it shatters straight through this creature. Just the bones begin to grow back, and you go back for a second one, and actually gets wrapped around, and it pulls back and yanks the weapon from your hand. Currently disarmed.
Oh.
It's currently, the chain is wrapped around this creature's. It's bones. It's kind of bone growth that keeps it on its feet has grown into kind of the chains, pulling it from your hands.
Okay.
All right. Next is that same boar.
Fuck that boar. It uses my whip to fucking smack me.
It's definitely gonna try to get you as it moves moves around, abandoning you, Çiaran. Çiaran, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Oh, beautiful. Let's see how that goes. Nice. That's a regular 20.
Yeah, regular 20 will do.
That's gonna be 4 piercing and 4 acid.
You jam. You see it moving, and you do a quick side stab, and you pierce into it, and it rushes forward to get to Gelt, and it just tears open the side of this thing. It just unzips the side of it. As your blade just cuts through this, like there's almost no resistance.
Is it still chucking though?
Oh no, it's dead.
Okay. Just
We
making
always have to
sure.
make
Unzips his entire side, still runs
I
away.
mean, these things are pretty nasty.
True.
I want
No,
to.
boars
no,
are hard to kill, let me tell you.
Completely. That is a very fair question to ask with these things.
Oh yeah, with where we're at and where we're going for sure.
All right. So that takes care of that. Then it is Reyn, you're gonna be taking 4 attacks.
Yeah, this is what I'm here for.
So that is, wow, that's all really average, except for one. So 21, 17, 16, 12.
And the 21 will hit. I had put on my shield while we were prepping since I was the first one up, so my AC is still 8. Wait, you said one was 17?
Yes.
17 will hit me.
All right,
So
so
two of
that's
them hit me.
2 of them hits. Make me 2
Yeah.
con saving throws.
Yeah. I forgot that I was still unarmored, so my AC is still a little bit lower than normal.
Combined, you're going to take 8 points of piercing damage, and that is reduced. That's the whole thing.
Okay. So that one was only a 14 for the first con save, and then the next one is a 15.
So the 15 passes, the 14 does not. So you feel the first one bite in. It's actually the one that is grappled with you. It's so close. The other one goes, like most things, goes too high, and you can feel 2 bites right on each side of your ear. This 2 solid clicks. The one that you're grappling squirms around and does 2 bites straight into your arms. They both hurt like fuck, but on your weaker arm, you're not able to get enough of your flex in, and you can feel this disease set in. So, roll me a d10.
Okay. 9.
Your maximum hit points are reduced by 9.
Oh.
Forever?
No, until I get it fixed.
You'll find out.
Scary.
So, yes, your maximum hit points are reduced by 9.
Sweet Jesus.
Alright, then Alder's the one on you. It's going to make 2 attacks. Okay, one is a 16, the other is an unnatural 20.
Okay, both are gonna hit.
Alright, so you make me 2 con saving throws, and you're going to take 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Nat 20 on the first one, and I'm just gonna play it safe and use my 18 on the portent.
Yep, smart use. You're able to kind of ignite that inner fire, and you feel your internal body temperature rising to combat this disease, and you almost feel, you can almost hear the psst, psst from your new puncture wounds from these bites. You are able to resist the disease. So, back to the tippity-tappity. Çiaran, it's that boar that just will not go down. It's going to try to make a tusk against you. Reyn, you're on deck. Alright, that's going to be a 21.
Not do.
Wait, did I go?
Did you not go?
Yeah,
you did.
No, you did. 100%.
Okay. Okay, just make sure.
Yeah,
No,
you made the attack and you got disarmed.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It
Okay,
happens.
so
Okay, sorry.
Çiaran, you're going to take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
That's its turn. Reyn, it's to you.
Yeah, he's upset.
Upsetty Spaghetti is the correct Eddie.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna attack this dumb fuck again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck it.
That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Nice.
A non-natural 20.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I figured.
Okay, that's good. That's gonna be 14 bludgeoning and 5 force.
14. How do you want to do this? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I got this math right. So, give me the numbers again, real quick.
It was 14 bludgeoning and 5 force for a total of 19.
19. All right. Ooh, very, very spicy. As you strike this, and you can feel the jaw of one of them break from the impact. You can feel like a jaw and a shoulder. One dislocated, one broken. It's looking incredibly spicy.
And then I am going to use my bonus action. He inhales and shouts out well, probably not shout since we're in the middle of the night in the forest, but he does give a blessing of Timora to Alder, and you receive Bardic Inspiration.
Nice, thank you.
Nice. All right. Good turn. Çiaran.
All right. Let's try and stab this thing to death one more time. With gusto. Fuck. No. 9.
Yeah, this thing
Amazing.
is bobbing. It's got your fucking number.
I was just hit as well. All right, I'm gonna. Can I skirt around it to the outside of our camp circle?
Yeah, you could do that.
And then I'm going to wild shape into a giant boar.
Into a giant boar. Got it. You see it, and then you're like, all right, that's a neat trick. Watch this. Check this shit out. And you become a twice as large version, except you don't have the awful bone-like cancers growths everywhere. You're a true boar. True giant boar.
How about that?
How about that?
I end my turn.
I end my turn. All right, Alder. Your move.
Nice try, Yugi.
+1, Seto Kaiba. That was a
was
great
really good.
impersonation.
Really, really good.
I use my bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath. Now, Blue Eyes.
I will roll
Holy
dex.
shit!
Yeah, but also for real, +1 for that. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, the cards are on your side. That's a 9.
Ooh, beautiful. So let's roll them d6s. Ooh, and we rolled hot on that one too. That's gonna be 15 fire damage.
Yeah, you are burning more and more of the away at this this creature. The fur is now being replaced by scorched skin. Only the scales seem to remain. It's still on its feet, but it's looking mild spicy. So,
All right.
well done. That drops us down to Gelt.
Alrighty, what enemies does Gelt see?
You right now there's that boar, and then kind of looking across, kind of with the alder's breath that lights it up enough, you can see Reyn being kind of gruesome twosomed. It's more like a gruesome foursome by two of these awful dog-looking creatures, one in front of Alder, and then you look over and you see once there was Çiaran, now there is a gigantic boar facing down a much smaller looking boar.
Okay. Can I make an attack on the one that's in front of me and the one that's on Alder? Or one of the
no,
ones
you'd
that's
need to
on Alder?
move. You'd need to move across to get to Alder.
Can I strafe to do that?
You
Wait.
you
Before
would
I
need
do that,
to
first of
move.
all,
Yes, you could attack the one that is in front of Çiaran. Yes.
with my bare fucking hands, definitely. But before I do that, any of that actually, can I pick up my rapier?
Yeah, totally.
That's a free action, right?
Oh,
Okay. So Gelt will also use a bonus action to cast magic weapon on his rapier, and he will take his hand and sheen it across its blade, and it will glow a faint blue color. So as he does that, he will now getting back to the topic that we discussed before, can he strafe to avoid opportunity of attack? And
it's
also,
not by you.
That's right. I'm also
No.
with a 5-range weapon now. God damn it, dude.
Oh.
That's right. Okay, can I go for the one that's directly in front of me then? I'm sorry, Dom.
Well, the one that was directly in front of you is currently dead on the ground with its your whip wrapped around it.
Okay.
Then there's another one that's about from where you're at now, 10 feet away. That's engaged with Boar Çiaran, and then if we're looking at if we go to the Discord and look at this, so if you're on the north, you'd probably find about 20 feet away from Alder and his dog.
Okay. Assuming those facts, which I was aware of, but unaware of at the same time, can I disregard picking up my rapier, run over to the boar that took my whip, pick up the whip with my free action, and then use the rest of my movement to get towards a closer enemy?
You can, yeah, Ooh, you cast a spell. Now you're stuck with the rapier.
Yeah,
so
okay, that's fine.
You're
I
stuck
did,
with the rapier.
just cast it.
You
Okay,
can
you're right.
So you can either attack the one that is very, very spicy in front of Çiaran, or you can use your movement and run over, and you could definitely get to Alder. It's currently
Let's
bearing
go.
down on him. Or dogging
That's
down
gonna
on
take-
him.
That's gonna take a bonus action, you said?
No, just your movement.
Okay, then I will go to the one that's towards Alder and make an attack on it, if possible.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make 2 attacks.
That's right, I do that now. The first one is going to be for a 16.
That'll do.
Second one will be for an 11.
No, that one misses.
That's okay.
Go ahead and roll damage for the first one.
I haven't used a rapier in a while.
That's a D8?
That's a D8.
Plus Dex.
Yep.
9.
9. Yeah, you stab in straight through the side of this thing, going through like the open part of one of its mouth and coming out the other end. Not enough to kill it, but enough to severely damage it. Spicy, as one might call.
All right. That ends Gelt's turn.
All right. So, Reyn, you're gonna take 4 attacks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right.
I am still at 43 of my 59 max HP, so don't worry about me.
A little bit.
All right.
Gelt's always worried.
21
Oh,
for
yeah.
one of them. 23 for the other
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Ooh, all right. And then the only one, the rest of these are all below 14. This one, however, is a 20.
A non-natural or a natural?
Non-natural.
Cool. So 3 of the 4 hit?
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Going down, so that's halved. So it's going to be 8. 8 piercing damage.
And I'm already diseased, so
Yep,
does
so
that
you
do
don't
anything
need-
else to me?
No, you don't need to repeat the saving throw.
Cool. Good thing they can only reduce it once.
Mm-hmm. Only get it. And then there's the one that's it's gonna take 1 bite against Alder, 1 bite against Gelt. The one against you, Gelt, that's a 19, and the one against you, Alder, is a 12.
Yes.
Shielded does not hit.
All right, for you, Gelt, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw, and you're gonna take 6 points of piercing damage.
I'm going to add the...
Gelt's immune to disease.
I am, yeah.
All right. Yeah, no need to roll then.
Okay.
you
Thank
feel
you,
it-
Reyn. I was about to say that, but thank you.
Sorry, not to jump in on your toes.
Hey, no, dude, you make up for everything that I lack, so I appreciate everything you offer. Continue on, sorry.
You are such a sweetheart, and I love you, Jacob.
This man right here, my DM right here, my favorite person, Dom John Marano, is a friend of 20 plus fucking years, and he'll tell you right now
Ew,
that I'm the
you used my
spaciest
middle
person he
name.
knows.
Gross.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, now you're gonna get me fucking doxed. Thanks, dude.
That's
Yeah,
fine. I'll take the -1 XP for that.
-1 for being. I'll find the
Candid?
word.
For being candid?
bad
Candid's
at
not the
quick.
word I was gonna use, but all right, we'll go with that one. -1 for candidness. Yes, you. The holy light of Tyr protects you from disease. You feel no additional damage. But don't stare at anybody. So back to the top. All right, it's the fight of the boars. Let's get it on. Not with that 7. It's not.
No.
So Reyn, it's to you.
this
I just
thing needs
bat its tusks out of the way, like, get that shit out of here.
Yeah, it can't even pierce through your muscly hide.
Literally.
Yeah, it's got this awful, broken, weirdly
Is-
grown out tusks, and it's like, what are you gonna use those for? Let me show you some real tusks.
Shows him an iron jaw. Iron fist. Never mind. God damn it. I'll take it back. Everyone carry on.
So if it's my turn,
Indeed.
I am gonna pound on this stupid fucking dog again. I got 24 to hit.
24 will do.
Ooh, that's gonna be it is a total of 18.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, he has it grappled and then just like slightly adjusts it so he can get the angle right and just brings a knee in between the two heads and they just go fully horizontal sideways.
Ugh.
Nice.
There's just a loud, it sounds almost, it almost sounds like a thunderclap, but without the echoingness to it. As this thing goes, you hear a sharp yelp, and the beast moves no more.
And he drops it and turns to look at the other one and uses his bonus action to second wind.
Well done. Yeah, you see this other one, and you're like, now it's finally time to get you, you fucker, as you can feel the multiple bite wounds in your fucking shoulders. As this thing basically was mounting you from the back, just biting straight into you.
God, I hate it. Yeah, he's really pissed now. And I rolled really bad on my second wind, and I only heal for 3, but it's better than nothing.
All right.
Alright, Çiaran, you're up with Alder, you're on deck.
Alright, let's see if I'm any better at hitting this thing as a giant boar. Yay! 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Sweet. Love to see it. That's maximum damage. For
How would you
15.
like to do this?
Yeah.
Just like it tried to hit me and I just batted out of the way with my tusks, and as it's kind of like off balance, just with one quick kind of swipe up with my tusks, I just catch it like the bottom of its throat, and my tusk just goes all the way through its neck. And then I'll just like toss it to the side.
You toss it to the side, and it bounces off a Gelt's dead horse and lands on the other side.
Hey, his name is Roach, okay?
You have your full movement, Çiaran.
I am going to start backing up about 15 feet and try to get a straight line kind of lined up on any of the surviving enemies.
Yeah, you're lining up for the one on Reyn. Alder and
Okay.
Gelt are making it would make that a real difficult shot.
Okay.
But you're like, yeah, if I go through this, Reyn can take it. You think in your boar mind. Not that your mental stats change while you're wild shaped, but still, the animal instinct is always there. Speaking of Alder and Gelt, it's Alder, and then it's going to be Gelt.
Sweet. Gelt, what's your health at right now?
Oh, I'm at like 30-something%. No, sorry, 30-something health. I'm at above like 70%. Don't you
Oh,
worry.
good distinction.
Okay.
30% and 30 hit points are two very different things.
Yes.
Alder will real quick say, Gelt, get down, and we'll go ahead and do Dragon's Breath again. So I do need dex saves.
Yes,
Probably
you
from you
do.
too, Gelt. So
Yeah. Do I
Yeah.
get advantage on the heads up?
You're gonna have to do this dex save just the regular way. It's mostly it's mostly because it's fire damage and it's right in front of you, so seeing it is rough.
That's not going to happen with a 7.
A 7, and this thing rolled a critical fail. So explain what happens
Okay.
to this creature Alder, and then roll damage to see how much Gelt takes.
It's all
Gotcha.
good. We're good. Don't you worry, bud. We're not hurt too much.
I promise you will be okay at least.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, Alder will take a deep breath and just like kind of almost lean his head in so he's just like face to face with this thing and just engulfs it completely. It's almost like Ghost Rider style, just unleashes it right in front of his face. And literally. And Gelt, you are going to take 11 fire damage from that, unfortunately.
So Alder, as you lean in, you breathe out. This creature opens both of its jaws as it's about to jump and attack you and Gelt again, and it's almost like you give it this fiery CPR as the flames enter into its body and then burst out the sides, and as it bursts out the sides, part of it covers Gelt, and that's the damage you take. So now it's just a charge exploded husk. So mark that one down. Well done. Any movement from you, Alder?
I will probably probably not. I mean, I'll just look over towards the one that's on Reyn right now, and I'll position myself 10 feet away to line it up for a shot.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's just the singular creature now. As you're looking around, it's gonna make 2 attacks on you, but not recklessly, or with advantage because you didn't wreck it last turn. Against you, Reyn. Oh, get back in the box. All right, that is a 21 and a 15.
21 hits.
21. All right, so you'll take 3 points piercing damage.
Got
As
it.
one of the heads gets you another bite.
Hey, you know what? That second wind was worth it because it negated that attack.
Yeah, so it's your move, Reyn.
Did Gelt go that last round?
Oh, hey, you said it was
Gelt?
older
Oh,
than
my
Gelt.
bad. It is you, Gelt.
All good. So who's left in front of
Just
Gelt?
the death dog in front of Reyn.
Come fight mine.
I'm gonna steal the. I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna steal this one from you, Reyn. I'm sorry.
The verse in the Ballad of Nothing hits a minor key.
Eh. All right, so Gelt will. Oh wait, no. Before he does that, can Gelt approach the hog that has his whip? Take the whip with its
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah, you can sheath your rapier. If you go back and get your whip, you would have to dash to get back over there.
You
Yeah,
said
just
it
come
was
fight it with the
20.
weapon you have.
Yeah, you got to move 20 feet to get to Alder, so you got to move that 20 feet back to get your whip, and then you need to move.
40 feet, 60 feet. You leave me alone, all right? All right, so we'll
No,
just go
that's
in
not
there
my
with
job
the
as the
fucking-
DM.
Hey, you grant me fucking condolences.
Quit yelling.
You appease me, or I
Quit
will fucking
yelling.
oppose what Hitler did to Poland, all right?
Ooh,
Quit
minus
yelling.
-1.
All right, goddamn it. One sec, let's go there real quick.
So yes, if you want, you can go and retrieve your chain whip.
No,
But it'll take all that.
I'll stick with my rapier. I'll go ahead and attack the one that's been engaged in Reyn.
Go for it. Roll 2 attacks.
The first one is going to be a 18.
18 will hit.
And second one's also an 18.
18 will hit again.
It doesn't hit the second time.
What?
I'm just kidding. You know I'm kidding.
I know. What the fuck, dude? $21.
21. Yeah, you get 2 incredibly powerful stabs in the side. You just straight through kind of the flank of it. Just 1, 2. You're kebabbing both legs. You hit all 4 of them with these 2 strikes. So it just cleaves through this thing. Now it is Reyn.
Now it's me. And now I'm going to use a bonus action. Çiaran should be within 60 feet of me, correct?
Yeah,
Oh, I
Çiaran's within
definitely
60
am.
feet of you. Absolutely. Yeah, she's.
So-
you can see since you have dark vision as you kind of look out, and she's large at this point. You can see a giant boar lining up directly with this creature in front of you.
As a bonus action, Çiaran, you also receive some of Timora's luck as you get a bardic inspiration.
Yay!
Dope. Thank you.
Bardic
And
inspiration.
then I'm gonna use my action to attempt to grapple this death dog so that she can definitely get her charge in.
All right. That. What'd you roll?
I got the 21.
Yeah, you have it grappled.
And he takes 2 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
2 points. You got it. All right, Çiaran. Let's see it.
All right. gonna charge this fucking thing, and so if I have at least 20 feet of movement and land the hit with the tusk, I'll do some extra damage, and it makes a save and throw.
D6.
They have to hit first.
Hi, that was. I'm really sorry, Ray. I'm really sorry, Ray.
Did you crit fail?
Really sorry, Ray.
Did you
Yeah.
crit fail?
Hey, I did that earlier.
Whoa,
No
why
shame.
are we
No
echoing?
shame.
Am I echoing?
At least I heard it because it's I'm really sorry, Reyn. And then again it said I'm really sorry, Reyn.
Mm.
I only heard it once.
Oh, that I guess it's just me. Wow, it was really comedic for me.
Alright, well, that's gonna be some damage.
Who knows?
Uh,
What
gonna
happens,
be-
Dom?
Go ahead and Reyn, you make the saving throw.
There you go.
I believe. Çiaran, what's the saving throw for your giant boar?
That's the DC 13.
Well, luckily I have advantage on all strength saving throws while I'm raging. I got a 15, so I do not fall.
Yeah, it absolutely. Çiaran, do go ahead and roll damage for that though.
Alright, yeah.
You're grappling of it, and as Reyn, you're kind of pulling it to get the grapple. Çiaran just catches you straight in the arm. You're able to keep it there. She backs up enough, but you're like, fuck. This big old fucking tusk gets you in the arm.
It's 15.
15
That
reduced
before
in half.
having it? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
it'll be
before
7.
having.
Well, yes, that will make that a 7. Players round down.
Well, no, it's always more damage for players. So no, wait, yeah. So it should be 8.
Really
Excuse
bad
me.
game for me.
Get your bad rolls out now. You'll need it.
Yeah.
All right. So you take that damage, Reyn. You're just like, you got it, Çiaran. Yeah, she did.
No.
She definitely got it.
got
It being
it.
you. So
damn
all
it.
right, Alder, it's your move.
I hate this game.
Yeah.
Love this game.
I have an okay view, at least, of, of this last enemy, and won't hit Reyn, right? If I try a firebolt.
You'll need to use your movement to get a better one, because this thing is now covered on 3 sides. One by Giant Boar, one by Gelt, and one by Reyn. But if you go at least with your full movement, yeah, you can get a shot on it. You'll pretty much
Okay.
4-square this bad boy.
Okay, we'll line that up, and we'll go ahead and do a firebolt on that thing.
Go ahead. Please roll critical
Jeez.
fail.
Please
Oh,
stop
God.
laughing.
Unfortunately, that won't happen with the 17.
Yeah, 17 will hit.
Okay. And that is 7 fire damage on
7
that.
fire damage. It's looking pretty spicy now. Alright. Gelt.
What do I see?
It's the
It's
one
this
that's
thing right
still
in
there.
front of
Keep
you.
attacking
You
it.
watched
Is
a giant boar punk Reyn, and then saw Alder strafe around and ping this death dog with the bolt of fire. It's currently grappled by Reyn, so it's right in front of you.
So this is the only one.
Yeah, it's the only one.
So Gelt makes,
2 attacks.
of course. Thank you. He does. First one being, it rolls off the table, so it doesn't mean anything actually. So the first one is 21,
21 will hit.
and god damn it, dude. Oh, that's a crit failure for the second one. Can we roll the first one first?
Go ahead and roll the damage. Yes, do the damage first.
Well,
Yeah.
Can we roll the first attack first?
That is.
Well, yeah, you
you
did
rolled
the
a
you did the
17
attack
and then a
first.
critical
Yeah.
fail. So roll the
Yeah, so
damage
you
for the
hit.
first attack, my friend.
Well, he motherfucking smites him.
All right. Roll it out, bud.
Can he just die?
Or roll for that damage. Let's see what
Roll
happens.
the damage.
You
All
don't
right,
tell me
roll.
if it's dead. I tell you if it's dead.
That was a question. Can it just die?
No.
Is what I asked.
No.
You.
Okay, well, okay.
Hey,
So the
listen.
damage is
Take.
Hey!
Take a pause real quick. I need you to focus because you're actually starting to kind of piss me off. Please focus and play the game.
Okay, I can. Do
Thank
that.
you.
Yes, sir. First one's 8 damage.
8 damage. All right.
Can I smite with that?
Yes, you may smite with that.
That's a D10, right?
Uh,
It's a question.
It's multiple d8s depending on what level of smite you do.
It's just level 1 is what I'm using.
I think that's 2d8.
I think it's 2d8 unless it's a fiend or unless it's a fiend undead or
It's definitely not those things.
something else.
So 2d8 then.
Yes.
Okay, cool. First one's gonna be a 2. Second one's gonna be an 8 for 10 damage.
8. Okay. Yes. You get it with this first strike, and putting the light blue of your blade glows to almost a painfully bright color as you spear right through both of its heads, severing its spinal cord, and it does die. It's gonna save you from that critical fail.
Thank God. That was good. I was worried. 2 critical fails in a fight, boys. It was bad.
It drops dead at your feet. We are out of initiative.
I hate this
Çiaran
place.
drops out of beast form and heals Red with a 2. Let's do 2 cure wounds.
Do it if you want to, but we're about to go to bed.
That's true. She feels really bad.
Yeah,
she
true.
does want to. So she's going to.
Before we...
That's 12 healing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I still didn't even get dropped below half of my reduced hit points, so.
Noise.
Also, while I'm healing you, do I notice the affliction that you've got going on?
Make a medicine
check. Okay.
You make it with advantage when I say I know that something got into my blood.
Okay. If that's okay with the
No,
DM.
just roll
Just
the
make
regular,
the
I think.
roll. We'll see.
Let's use the inspiration you gave me.
There you go.
What it's there for.
Jesus Christ. 7.
7. You're looking at it, and you know what Reyn's talking about. It's a bite wound, sure, but after you're healing it, there doesn't seem to be any discoloration. Take an Advil, you'll be fine, buddy.
As they say in the Navy, here's 800 milligrams of ibuprofen.
Alright. Well, that's that then.
I mean, Reyn knows with certainty that there's some fire in his blood, so he still says that.
Okay, well then I will cast the Lesser Restoration. Huh?
Unless you don't want that to be a thing, Dom.
No, that's fine. You can
Okay.
you can feel that you have been weakened by this fight.
Thank you.
So if you're gonna ask, that's fine. So yes, Laceration cast. When you finish your long rest, you'll have your hit points replaced back to where they should be.
Yay. Thank you. Your nature magic always feels the best, Çiaran. No offense to your Gelt.
Don't worry, I don't have enough magical reserve to heal you, and I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. By the way, are you okay, Gil? I'm sorry, I just kind of want to make sure that thing was down, you know?
And Gelt will be like, what do you mean?
Did you not feel any of that fire?
Well, I expected it. It was a little warm, I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, well, as long as you're okay. He just kind of nods his head like, okay, this guy just took it.
This is just, I hated the Quivering Forest before. This whole chaos infection just needs to even if we weren't getting paid, I think I'd be down to do this mission.
Yeah. It looks like the people here need some help.
Not just that, the world needs some fucking help. If this was left unchecked long enough, who knows how much of the fucking continent it could affect.
No
Reyn,
kidding.
we have to take one step at a time. We can't help the world if we can't help our region.
I'm just gonna go to bed.
It's headband time. It's headband time.
There you go. Get that headband on, bud.
He says that with pure logic.
It makes much more sense than it was just.
You're noticing that Gelt is starting to say things and just kind of like it'll drop to this monotone for just a second. Just, we can't help the world unless we help this region first. And then nods to himself. He's like, that makes total sense.
Yes.
Oh, write that down. Write that down in the cooking book.
Gelt started creating a little book, and it's just got a lot of just really logical things written in it.
It's nonsense. It's like, I don't know if you ever watched that video about 10 years ago where Eminem's like, here's my whole fucking, like, he had like an entire ammo canister from the army, and he's like, this is where I keep my fucking rap notes, and he just opens it up and just scraps a paper with fucking lyrics on them.
And that's pretty
That's
much
his own.
Gelt.
Yeah, that
Pretty
Gelt
much,
has
he
his
opens
own.
it up. Pretty much.
So, as you guys begin to rebunk, I'll ask Gelt. I'll get to you in just a second.
Yep.
Who's so Çiaran? Yeah, your watch would have been coming to an end.
Yeah.
So who's gonna take the two next watches till you guys get to kind of morning?
I
taking-
believe I was on the next watch after Çiaran.
Yeah, Gelt can take the next watch. That's fine.
Okay.
And then who wants to take the final watch?
Reyn.
Reyn will do. All right, Gelt, what you got?
All right, so during Gelt's watch, he will actually set up a small ritual area, a little altar, and he will start to rearrange his spells. One of the spells he will sacrifice is God damn it, dude. He will sacrifice a magic weapon for summon steed. For the day, that is. And on top of that, he will just he will just prepare his spells for the day and everything, and he won't do anything until his complete rest is over, but he will maintain watch on preparing his spells.
Okay, yeah, totally. Once you finish your long rest, those will go into effect.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you for the heads up. So, Gelt, go ahead and roll me. You've got your goggles on, but still pretty dark. So go ahead and roll me perception.
Disadvantage or just
We're
perception?
gonna go -5. We'll just throw
Minus
that one
5.
in there. Yeah.
Well, I'm not good at either of those. So let's see what it gives us. That's good. Oh, it's a nat 20. Minus
5. So
5 minus my 1 is going to be a 14.
yeah, it's you're a little shaken with kind of that pain in your heart lingers. But looking around, the forest has gone back to its unnatural quietness after your battle. You do notice that some of the bodies I mean, there's just so much smell of burnt hair and acid, and their guts on the floor from one boar. It's a horrific smell, but nothing approaches you, and you're able to finish off your watch. Reyn, go ahead and you roll me perception. Just add the -5 to it, so it's still very, very dark.
And while he's doing his watch, he's working out some nervous energy, and he's doing that new Tai Chi that he learned from Leosin.
Give me a performance check as you're gonna do
You got
that.
it. I'll do the perception check first and the performance check after.
Fair.
So that is going to be, with the -5, a 13 on perception.
13. You have a very similar experience to Gelt. You don't see anything. The fort has gone quiet once again. The smell is atrocious. Even now, it's been hours since your battle. I mean, one of those corpses is completely charred from the outside, from the inside out. So it's a bad smell, but nothing approaches you in the night. If anything, you're getting the suspicion it might be warding off other predators.
Good. And then I rolled a
upon-
net.
Here, let
Upon
let
Can I can
Reyn
I finish my
finish.
person?
yeah,
Thank you. And then I rolled a nat 20 for 25 performance on Tai Chi.
Yeah,
Jesus.
you're getting into the groove of it. From what you've showed, what you've been showed from Leo Sin, you just think and you copy it exactly, move for move.
He's
It's
using
very
the kind
odd,
of like. Mhm.
just because
and
it's
he's
so
using the kind of-
non-dwarven.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he's very much so using like the fact that there's a lot of like rotating movement and stuff to his advantage. It's a very easy to perceive stuff while working out workout in his mind. So it's probably going to be what he does on most watches now.
It's almost think of the dancing dragon from Avatar.
Exactly. That's actually what was in my head when I
Ah,
was thinking about it. Just this very circular kind of Tai Chi kind of thing that he's doing.
Gelt, you're very familiar with those moves. Actually, like you're kind of laying down, you turn over and you see Reyn as you're going to bed. You can see Reyn doing that. You're like, ah, those are Leosin's moves. Nice.
yeah, right. I just wanted to part the my watch with Rain. I just wanted to let him know, hey, let me know when the first light breaks, please.
You got it, buddy.
You guys are able to get through your night, so let me give you everybody add 600 experience points.
Woo!
Nice.
Are you still incredibly tantalizingly close, Alder?
That was 600, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I think that is actually level 5.
Really?
Yay!
Yeah, because it's
65.
6,400, right?
6'5".
500.
That would still get it for me, actually, because
well,
that
there
would
you
be...
go.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm at 6,545, so...
That'll
there you go.
do. Well done.
finally.
Welcome to level 5, buddy.
Level up overnight? Question mark?
Does he get the level up overnight?
Yes, he does. That is a long
Yes.
rest.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that inner fire that you
Awesome.
felt burning really burns through the rest of the nights. You feel your own inner fire grow.
Hell yeah. That's a
At the
great way to do mid-adventure.
Good shit. Oh, and as Alder wakes up, he's feeling like he's finally ready to try out that fireball spell from long ago.
I'm
Could
so
finally prepared that. Yes.
We're still in a forest, but wait.
we're going to a stupid sorcerer's place though.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
First
down,
light
Jacob.
breaks, Reyn, and you are
Mhm.
you witness it. It's it takes a little longer than just first light to break through. Everyone, you take a little bit longer than you'd probably would have to notice it, but you also look around and especially older, like they need a little bit of extra sleep. So it's not quite first light, but you wouldn't have been able to tell until so. Where it's probably closer to 8 o'clock, as you can see it now breaking through the heavy canopy of the Quivering Forest.
Is
Nice.
Gelt up?
I would wake you up when I see the light like you asked. Rain is very reliable in that way.
That's right. Guilt depends on you, just so you know. Like that's why he keeps you alive. Is because you keep him right.
And Rain depends on the rest of the party because Lord knows that he gets overwhelmed by shit a lot of the time. So
No. Gelt has like an extreme attraction to Rain.
Oh,
Not
Really?
and, like
Really?
We're-
Jot that down, everybody.
we're going clarification for backstory. It's not even. It's more so like a Leosin figure. It's because
I
Gelt.
know.
I imagine like Braid Cell Gelt being just like, I'm extremely attracted to you.
No, I'm gonna try.
You have many admirable
No, I
traits.
know, it's
You are a
hilarious.
handsome dwarf.
Exactly. No, I know exactly what you mean. I fill
you.
that same kind of dad niche that Leosin did for you for a little bit.
Thank you, Nick. That's
Mentor
all I need.
dude. I feel you, bro.
Get it.
Hey,
it was just
It was
really
just
funny.
hilarious the way that you did it.
Yeah, my wording is very bad. But at first light, Dom can Gelt, after making the preparations the night before, approach Roach.
You can indeed. The body
Alright.
is still there.
Well, it takes 10 minutes, but Gelt will go ahead and start the ceremony to find Steed to bring back Roach.
You sit and you say your prayers to Tyr, and you reach out into that kind of divine realm and pull back your horse's soul, and it enters back in, and you feel that connection click back in, and it's immediately it's not a gentle just breathe in, it's a screeching as it clicks back in, and you immediately hear, for your horse, it was like coming back immediately after that death. And confusion, fear, confusion again, more fear, danger.
And Gelt will attempt to rest his palm on its nuzzle, grab its reins, and Gelt will transmit to it. It was a long night. We were ambushed by unknown forest creatures.
Shaken.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to perish. I tried my best to preserve you.
And you can see on your horse's chest where that goes through. While it is no longer a gaping hole, there is a significant looking scar right through the chest of your horse. Apprehension, chiding, and the horse equivalent of "Don't do that again."
And Gelt will step in front of the horse and rip up the sleeve from his, scrawling it up from his left arm, and show all of his scars. Be like, we were summoned here to fulfill Tyr's purpose, and I'm sorry that you have died, but I have died once before, and I will preserve your future as best you can preserve mine.
Go ahead and roll an animal handling check.
I'm not the best at that. Do I get any bonuses since I'm spiritually connected, or I'll just roll flat?
You've got a +4 to it right now.
You right?
Nice.
That's a nat 20
Your
for
horse,
24.
your horse understands. Chides you for you haven't died. You've only been knocked unconscious, but takes the new scar it has on its chest with pride.
I'm sorry, Roach.
True warrior of Tyr.
So Gelt has spent a level 2 slot for the day to summon back his horse, on top of waking up at first light to bring back his horse first thing in the morning. Gelt will actually go carve off these boar shoulders. Can he do that?
No, don't, buddy. As you start to try and do that, remember what Cappel's Hill said about all of the food that they were getting from the river and otherwise? Tastes like absolute ass. Total dog shit. It's not gonna be worth our time.
Oh, and Gelt's very upsetting as he's carving off a pork belly.
And Geltz, with your newfound proficiency in cook's utensils, as you're doing that, and Reyn is like, "Hey, don't do that." You get to the meat, and the menagerie of colors that the inside of this flesh, this boar's flesh is, the smell that comes off of it, you wouldn't dare. It's appalling. You would never make this for food. It would
Wild.
be an insult.
As a real hunter, just so you guys know, in real life,
Not important. Just
boar-
not important. We're just gonna move forward. I'm sorry. We're just gonna move forward. I want to move forward. So cool about the boar, but yes, Reyn is correct. This meat is definitely not good for cooking.
they're prone to disease.
Makes sense that they got infected so poorly, incredibly.
That's all I was gonna say.
Mhm. But yeah, it's another ration meal.
But Gelt's just looking at all this nice pork roast just laying out in the field.
It's not nice.
All
right.
Very nasty. So you guys eat your rations, get up Alder. Even though yesterday was quite honestly one of the worst experiences you've ever had, you've never woken up with more fire in your belly.
Alder, you look bigger. I mean, not like physically, but like...
No, he does
Like,
actually
I can
look
see the
physically
heat coming
better.
off of you.
Like, he looks like... You've always seen Alder as kind of like the skinny kid, but like upon waking, Alder looks actually like hardy.
Night sleep did you good, I guess, buddy.
I mean, normally you'd think not a whole lot given everything, but I don't know. And there's almost kind of like sparks on his fingertips as he's kind of like rubbing it with his thumb. It's just, I don't know. Kind of feels like just want to get a little bit extra out of me.
Let's
I don't know.
let's get out of the Quivering Forest like as fast as possible then.
Let's get you in a temple, huh?
Well, that's where we're headed.
Oh, and good to see Roaches back up, Gelt. I know I saw you doing the whole thing, but I didn't realize that. I knew you had a special connection, but that's pretty deep.
He's a special horse, although I don't appreciate when he departs this world to
Oh,
have
no,
to
I
drag
don't.
his soul back.
I totally understand that. Sucks to get ambushed in the night.
Gelt's horse makes a nod and a kind of a click at you as you're saying this, and nods in unison.
Can he understand common?
Again in unison.
Can he?
He can. He gets to understand one
The two of you not in unison.
language. So he does understand common completely.
Okay.
So when you're
Okay.
when you're talking, while he doesn't always respond in like complete and perfect common, he definitely understands what other people are saying. So if you're like, "We're gonna murder the horse," he would definitely know that that's coming.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, Roach is a good boy. I like him. It's nice to have someone like him around. All right.
Roach is here for the party.
All right. Well, if everybody's snacked up and ready to go, let's get the fuck out of this forest.
You guys begin following the Stojanal. It takes the better part of another 2 or 3 hours, and as you guys are going through this, you're sticking closer to the Stojanal instead of going deeper into the Quivering Forest, and you can see it's almost, if you didn't know exactly what it was, the river would almost look beautiful. It's not polluted in like a black ichor way. It almost shimmers in this kind of rainbow of colors as it goes by, and it just gets deeper and more pronounced in areas. And as you're kind of passing by, there's a kind of a gentle slope of this kind of sand and rock strewn shore that leads up to an area of like this really verdant growth. And you can see across the Stojanal, you do finally come upon the island. It's the pyramid towers over this island. It's unmistakable. You couldn't miss it. But you're now seeing that that time has taken its toll on kind of from where you guys are seeing the south side of this pyramid, and it's almost tarnished black. Only in some of like the corners and plate you can still see the silver that kind of reflects a little bit of the light. Go ahead and everybody give me a perception check as you come across upon the island.
That's only an 11.
Only a 7 for me.
11, 7,
13 for Gelt.
13,
That's what we got Çiaran for, though.
That's right.
It's 24.
24.
Nice.
24?
So the rest of you kind of, even as you're approaching it, you can see there's quite a bit of Stojanal between you and the island, and you guys are just marveling at this pyramid. I mean, in many ways it's foreboding, but you've never seen architecture like it, and it really is a silver pyramid. I mean, you're almost in awe. Very, what we would consider very, very Mayan style of a pyramid. Not quite Egyptian, more of kind of like the block structure.
That's what I was hoping for.
You leave my people out of this.
So you guys are just kind of as awful as it has been. There's a beauty to this, and just a way that you weren't expecting. Çiaran, you're more focused, and you notice actually a couple things with the 23. It's actually very good that you've noticed this. You can see that there is that down a little ways, you can see that there's a large ferry that's been moored to kind of the southern the southern part of this, kind of the part of the river. And even more so, you see large tracks of some big creature that continues past where this kind of ferry is. Kind of docks, not quite the word, beached is more equivalent. That goes past, and as you guys get closer, you can see that there are kobold tracks that kind of follow this large. You're not entirely sure what made this. Whatever it is, looking like it 10 feet across.
That's a big.
Something rather large.
That's what we call a big in the industry.
Is a big. She will point those tracks out to everyone, and the ferry.
Yeah, unfortunately not surprised that kobolds are going to be around.
Right.
Fucking kill on sight.
So, the advantage with the ferry is that obviously it won't have to worry about water walking at all, but it's a little less discreet.
Mhm.
And I can
Yeah.
ritual cast the water walking, so it's not like it's any big detriment to myself. So, any opinions one way or another?
I know that none of us are actually good at making water vehicles work.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we just, listlessly wander out there and then need to water walk anyway. But I mean, I'm willing to try.
I mean, I'm not happy with going across there either way, but whichever is going to be the safest, in my opinion.
Okay. Do we want to
now-
see if there's anything worth taking from the ferry? I doubt there's anything valuable on there. We can just go.
Do we want to investigate these tracks, or do we just want to get to the island?
We should probably investigate the tracks.
Yeah, say no more. I'll go.
Yeah, that feels right, unfortunately.
Yeah, if they've got some kind of abomination that they're letting out into the Quivering Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to be that guy.
Alright, so you guys follow the tracks?
Yes, we are going to go
Yeah.
that direction, I believe, to start.
And real quick too, Dom.
Yes.
Sorry,
Mhm.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got
Yes, portents.
I got swept up with the level 5 portent rolls.
Yes.
So a 17 and a 9.
17 and a 9. Gotcha.
Cool.
So you guys follow the tracks, passing by the kind of ferry, and but not a ferry. So not far from the shore, you see that there's a large hole. It's probably about 8 feet wide, and it seems to go down underneath the Stojanau river in the direction heading towards the isle.
What the hell?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Good thinking, Reyn.
This is interesting. This is interesting. I am both excited and terrified of this idea.
I think it's our best bet. I mean, this guarantees we won't have to put up with any defenses that, like, they have in place for any, like, outsiders. Because they're not gonna... This is clearly a secret entrance. They're not gonna expect anyone to find this.
Well, it's definitely a monster-made entrance. Whoever the fuck can dig a hole like this?
You know, that's fine.
Cool. Yeah. If it's like an 8-foot wide hole. You said, Dom?
Yeah.
That's
Who's
not
trained
bad.
in nature? Who's got a proficiency in that bad boy?
I am...
Go ahead and roll me a nature real quick.
Oh my god, why? 7.
You're thinking of all the all the creatures that you've seen, and nothing native to this area. Flan could have made something like that.
Mm,
You definitely know it's nothing native.
nothing native.
Interesting.
So they brought something in special for this.
All right. Well, I'm not opposed to the idea if everybody else is. Well, this is gonna be difficult for Roach. Are we leaving Roach out on the shore, Gelt? What's the plan?
That's a question for the DM.
Well, no, that's a question for you.
Well, I mean,
Well,
can Roach make it through the tunnel?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I guess for
yeah.
that part, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know if you were leaving him behind or not.
Well, that's dependent. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at it, you know, looks to you, kind of begins to head through, and just because he is a large warhorse, he's not going to be able to squeeze through that.
It's gonna be a bit much. Okay.
Let hold on. Yeah, gives it the old go and gets probably about 5-6 feet in before just the. I mean, he's a big fucking warhorse.
Yeah.
And he can't go any farther. He even gets low and does kind of tries to get through the crawl, and he's just such just an impressive specimen of a horse. He's too big, won't fit.
Does it get narrower as it goes, or is it just that he's just too big, won't fit?
It's because he is too big, won't fit.
Perfect. Just checking.
You guys
Okay.
definitely could fit. There's gonna be probably some parts, especially as it goes down, you're gonna need to duck your head. But trying, even with his increased intelligence with you Gelts, gives you kind of a try, fail, stuck, disappointment.
All right. So, Gent will go ahead and relay to him. Alrighty, Roach, you've done as much as you can here for our journey, and I appreciate everything you've done. Can you make it back to the town with the rest of the horses?
That's bold, dude.
That's very
That's
bold.
that's a question for the
That's
horse.
bold.
Affirmative, distaste, apprehension, vanguard, watch, stay.
And Gelt would go ahead and relay, you can't continue on with us further. I need you to at least make sure that the rest of the horses are alright.
Your horse says no.
Yeah.
Smart ass horse.
The horse communicates to you that it will watch the entrance of this and wait for your return.
Gelt will express apprehension, but will.
It's returned. You guys are stuck. I don't want you to go, but it doesn't want to leave. And then it relays to you the experience of dying while you were there. And you go. And he just kind of kneels and kernels and just sits. And he's just incredibly stubborn about it.
Aw, Roach. You motherfucker. And I guess there's no convincing this horse. Evidently, he wants to watch the entrance for us.
Well, aren't you like psychically linked to him? That should be at least a little bit of an advantage in case, somebody shows up that's trying to fuck with shit.
As long as you're within a mile of him, yeah, you're
That's
telepathically
correct,
linked. So, while you're in there, you'll be able to hear from your horse.
So would you want him running down the Stoge now by himself after what we saw?
Yes and no. I'm worried about leaving him by himself, regardless if I'm here or not.
He's smart. He'll let us know if he's in trouble.
I'll leave it to him.
Nods. So,
Reyn gives Roach a good pet because he is definitely the bestest boy.
So does Çiaran.
you can feel roach flexes that you do. And it's like, God damn, this is a cut horse.
Fucking
It's the meme of the super yoked horse.
It's so good.
And it's like, he looks nice and smooth and everything, then as soon as you touch, it's like, kunk! You're like, God damn. Gelt, how do you ride this? It's like touching iron. You're like, oh wait, saddles. Duh.
That's right.
Duh.
So yes, the
Alright.
tunnel is in front of you. I should ask, what is your guys' marching order? Because this is going to be single file.
Reyn, Çiaran, older Gelt.
That's our usual.
Yeah,
Alright.
usually.
Yeah, let's do it.
you guys begin to head down into this tunnel. It's pretty steep going down before it kind of it gets just more and more kind of moist and cool. You're getting to see parts of Earth that you have never seen before, Reyn. You've never been underneath a riverbed of an actual running river.
Oh, that's something I could like brag to my family about.
So you go down into there, and it's like this. My geology is weak on that front, so you would see whatever would be underneath a riverbed. So we'll save that for anybody who wants to do research on that later. But so you head down, and then it takes about you're guessing about 100 feet to go across the Stojanau. It's a rather kind of wide part. You guys are heading west towards the kind of northern half of the island. As you guys make it to the other side, you can see, the light at the actual end of the tunnel. Everybody make me a perception check for hearing.
Oh.
That would be another 7 for me.
My passive is 16.
16.
He's got his ears on today with a 22.
Oh, it's actually 17 now. But 22 is
Nice.
better, obviously.
Gelt. Okay. So, yeah, you guys. Gelt, you don't see it. You get a ping from your horse, and it's really more of a word of ambush. And then those of you who rolled above a 15 can hear kind of some moving and a language that you guys don't understand, but you have heard before spoken. Someone is definitely multiple creatures are speaking in Draconic at the end of that tunnel.
Gelt understands.
Yeah, Gelt, you can confirm that it's definitely some sort of kobolds talking on the other side, especially with the ping.
All right then.
So you guys haven't left the tunnel, but between the horse and your perception checks, you know that there is an ambush waiting.
Reyn turns around and looks at the party and is like, should I just like cannonball run this and just run out like crazy and then you just follow behind and just hope that the chaos helps?
If I could open up with a fairy fire so that none of us are in there first, I think that might be the best way to open up. But yeah, run in, obviously. Or, I mean, older. Actually, I don't know what fireball does. Never mind.
We just already know that they're up there.
Yeah. Is there a door, or is it's just?
Oh no,
open?
you're still in a tunnel.
Open. And
Okay.
and we're gonna have to like climb out of this tunnel, aren't we? Because does it like hook up like real deep again, or is it actual like incline that we can walk out
It's
of?
gonna be the equivalent of difficult terrain to move up there. So it will hinder you, but it's not like a sheer. Like it's probably the equivalent of, you'd say, maybe a 45, 50 degree angle.
Mm,
So it'll take a little bit to get up there. At the very least, you won't be surprised.
So yeah, we'll more or less be starting combat by trying to walk out of the tunnel, but they're not going to get a surprise round on us. And this is Nick talking.
yeah.
Yes, that is a fair assumption.
Okay. Well then we may as well prep up while we're in the tunnel if anybody's got stuff they want to put on themselves.
I'll go ahead and cast the mage armor real quick while we're doing that.
Yeah, it's the time of day to do it because it lasts 8 hours.
And just has that embered form that you are accustomed to.
Fire with no heat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
Siren, if you want to jockey around, well, they know that we're coming too, so we're not going to be able to like get a surprise off on them or anything either. So
No.
yeah,
I
was gonna.
just really, I'd like to before you run in, like just get a fairy fire out so I don't give them, I don't make it easier for them to hit you as well.
Well, I think even if I, I think even if I dash, I'm barely gonna make it out of the tunnel. So depending
That's
on how
true.
you can aim it, it might still
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
Then don't worry about it. We will.
Okay. Because yeah, I'm gonna have to dash. Because like, how far away from the exit are we, Dom? Before we were
You
gonna have to like
probably
get things started.
you've moved the 100 feet, and it's probably to get underneath the Stoja now. It's probably 30 feet going upwards.
Okay, so 30 foot to the
Yeah,
exit
to
of
get
the tunnel.
underneath the Stoja now, you gotta go a little bit.
Okay. Cool. Well then, I guess it's full speed ahead and deal with an ambush that we're ready for.
Go ahead and everybody just roll me initiative. Let's get that out of the way.
Hey,
Jacob gave
Okay.
us a BRB, by the way.
Okie
For fuck's sake. My die hates me.
Mine's not being much nicer with initiative right now. But we'll see.
We're going for yes.
Come
It's that encounter. I had multiple ones set up for this, so wonderful.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh,
Hey,
my boy.
hey, look at the old. So,
Old, my good fire boy.
Please remind me the plan though, so I don't mess it up here.
Oh, the plan is really just deal with an ambush we're prepped for. We know that we can handle kobolds, basically, so I think that's kind of the part. I think the Lost and Found is just collectively gone. I think we can deal with this.
Okay, fair.
So yeah, we don't know what's up there. We know that it's definitely kobolds, so there isn't really a plan.
Unmistakably between Gelt, you guys are you definitely don't understand Draconic, but you know, it's like if we heard German, you'd be like, I'm pretty sure that's German. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm pretty damn sure that's German. Although
That one sounds mean.
yes, Draconic is like this awful blend of German, Russian, with just really heavily accented like S's as well.
Of course. It's angry parcel tongue.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It is angry parcel tongue.
Well, angry parcel tongue that actually has consonants and not just S's, I guess, would be the best way to put it.
You know what's an impressive part is that Ron was able to remember what Harry said to open up the Chamber of Secrets like 5 years after that happened, and like memorize it and then say it again to open it back up in the final book. Like, it's just impressive. Like, that's a type of memory even I don't possess.
So impressive, you wonder if the author even thought about it very hard.
Yay.
No, well, besides Nick, you know, luckily we're millennial cusps, so we don't have our undying love of Harry Potter, because millennials are fucking weird with Harry Potter. The love is way too much. I don't get it.
I mean, I've seen it all, but I was never obsessed, so.
I mean, I still do have Professor Slughorn's wand. It's actually, I could push my chair back and get it right now. And I do have a Slytherin bag, but that's because I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And, phew, well, it's super fun. Universal Studios is great.
Yeah, I mean, they really went all out.
Cannot deny how much fun that place is. The atmosphere is great. It's very good.
Let us know if you're back, Jacob.
Just because J.K. Rowling is
I bet.
transphobic. Oh, well, dude, I need initiative.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Was the 19 your initiative, or was that a previous perception?
No, it's just
That's a-
perception.
22 for initiative, though.
All right.
Alrighty.
So, Alder. So, Gelt Alder.
This is literally the
The worst.
worst order of
The worst.
initiative for our marching order.
Hey, you know, like I
Some
don't
days
have
it do
anything
be
else
like
to say.
that. Some days it do
Yeah.
be like that.
Okay, dokie. I'm gonna say for the sake of expediency, or at least for this opening round, you guys may go in the marching order. Mostly because your dice rolls have betrayed you terribly. So you guys are able to get to the mouth. If you guys, I mean, you can always hold your action to allow you guys to go into the hold your initiative to go in the right order. Mostly because that's a total clusterfuck right now. It doesn't
Yeah.
make
I
any
will,
fucking sense.
Thank
I will
you.
happily go third in our party.
Thank you. That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once we get out
That's
of the
very
tunnel,
appreciated.
that is the initiative roll that we'll go into.
Cool.
So, you guys all get up to kind of the lip. You know, you only need to go. You know, Reyn, you only need to go probably about another 5 feet or more to get to kind of the opening of this. So you guys are all, you know, making your way through the tunnel. And you guys all turn back. You're like, ready, all right, go.
Yay.
So Reyn, how you open this bad boy up?
Oh wait. Wait, are we dropping into the regular initiative that we had rolled because we
No,
moved
no,
through
we're-
the tunnel?
we're
Okay,
gonna
no,
go-
we are just
It's-
We're gonna go in
Well,
order this one as you guys are exiting. That's just the pre-rolled initiative for once we're
Perfect.
in it.
Got it. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That just makes more
so-
sense for what's happening here.
So I still need to breach out of the tunnel, basically, right?
Mhm.
So I move. And I get out. What do I see?
Make me a perception check.
You got it. That is a non-natural 20.
You can see across the way, about 30 feet, there is a human in black, kind of spiked, sharp armor. Their head is completely shaved and has various red tattoos, and woven into the armor is a bunch of red cloth. And he pulls, he's got this wicked looking spear and a shield in one hand, and he points it down and says something in Draconic, and suddenly you feel boom, 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 as 3 rocks get dropped on you.
Ow!
Um,
What an asshole.
and you look above, and well, actually, is it 3? 4 rocks. Okay. So above you are what you know very well as flying kobolds, and all 4 of them drop these rocks on you.
Oh, joy.
One of them for sure misses with the natural 1. And actually, it doesn't just drop a rock, it drops its other weapon as well. It does not hit you. The other 2 of them rolled natural 19s, and this other one rolled a 9.
Yeah, so the 2 will hit.
Alright, so two of these rocks fall and strike you, Reyn.
Ow.
You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as they and you hear this awful cackle of kobolds.
Hey, kobold.
So yeah, you've got this individual. He looks like he's about 30 feet back. So you've got about 20 feet of movement.
Got it. I am going to use my movement to clear to that distance at least. And then he's like he looks like heavily armored.
Yes, it looks like, to your guess, since you are aware of such things. At first you thought it was metal, but it appears to be some awful hardened looking leather. Something.
Ooh.
It's very at the very best it's very foreign.
Yeah, no,
Definitely.
Nick's picking up what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. As Reyn, you're like, that is just the Sirens are like, well, that's not native to Flan. You think the exact same thing. You're like, well, that's not native to Flan.
Yep. Cool. So, I still have my bonus action and my action, which I'm going to use my bonus and my Warlock slot to attempt to hex that motherfucker.
You hex that motherfucker. What's
Yeah,
the check you want to have disadvantage?
it's gonna be strength.
Gotcha.
And then, as my action, I continue holding on to my coin, and two glittering coins shoot out towards him. I need to make a dex saving throw.
Can do. That's gonna be a 9.
Yeah! As my two coins, ping off of weird angles and strike into him, he takes 8 points of radiant damage.
Radiant damage. Got it.
Yeah, gotta love Sacred Flame.
Yeah, they strike, and you can see that kind of it shoots out gold, but when it makes contact with skin, it turns a kind of blue color, and a shade of blue that you are forever familiar with.
Do I infect people with my curse? I'm so into this. Oh my god.
And while it's the first time that's gone off. Doesn't look like made much of a difference to him. There's almost an amusement as this figure looks at you.
I'm just happy. That was cool. All right, that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Yep, they all used theirs to. I'll count that as one. So they used all of theirs. Next is that would be Çiaran, I believe.
Yep.
Reyn, Çiaran, Alder, Gelt.
I assume I see the rocks fall on Reyn's head, so I'm prepared to look upwards with my attack. Are the kobolds in a bit of a clump, or are they spread out?
Oh yeah, they're definitely in a bit of a clump.
Okay, then for my first turn, I will aim far enough above them that I don't catch myself with this 20-foot cube of fairy fire. But they'll make dex saving throws to avoid that.
Dex saving throws. They're not terrible at dex saving throws. Would you imagine? Flying kobolds have a solid dex.
That's fair, yeah.
Okay, so one, that's a 6, a 10, a 9, and a 17.
Okay, so the 17 does pass and the rest fail.
What color is your fairy fire?
Purple.
Purple it
Got
is.
that Morcant Burl flavor.
So you point upwards towards it, and there's just this flash, and 3 of them are completely covered in this kind of purple lights, almost vine-like in how it covers and holds these flying kobolds. So they make this awful noise to each other as they some of them notice, and the one that doesn't actually chuckles at the other 3.
I assume they're all like out of melee range right now.
Yes, they would be out of melee range.
Then Çiaran's gonna just run up and join Gelt alongside him.
You mean Reyn?
Or not
Is that
Gelt,
the first
sorry,
name?
Reyn. Yeah. My bizzle.
Yeah, you move out and you're able to you're able to get basically side by side with Reyn. You can either be side by side or
Yes.
directly behind him. Your pick.
Side by side.
Got it.
You see me just holding out my hand with magic kind of glowing on it.
And Çiaran, you see this other humanoid and have pretty much the same thought that Reyn does. Just, well, that's not
Foreign.
native.
Yeah.
All right,
Damn
Alder.
foreigners.
Alrighty. How high up would you say these kobolds are from us?
I'd say they're probably about 15 feet up.
15 feet?
Mhm.
Perfect. As I'm following after Çiaran, I will aim my hand straight up, and please make some dex saves for burning hands.
Can do.
Your favorite number
so-
of feet, isn't it, Older?
That's a
Yes.
a 5, a 5, a 7, and a 22. And I'm sure we can put it together that the 3 that are in Fairy Fire fail, and the one that does succeeds.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So a bit of fake fire and then a bit of real fire.
Yes, pretty much. Bathing in all the fire right now.
They're a fucking quad. Like, that's fucking the best.
So that's 10 fire damage there and half for the better Cobalt.
The three that have Fairy Fire are consumed by your fire
Damn it.
outright.
Alright. Well, you know, as long as they're dead.
Thank you, Çiaran, for your sacrifice.
It's okay.
The other one went from laughing to just shrieking as it is severely burned by you, Alder.
Good job, Alder.
Thank you.
Alder the Kobold Killer. Highest kill count of kobolds of any character I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
For real. And I feel like I typically use burning hands on them. Like it's
Yes,
almost reserved
I can tell
for
you
kobolds.
almost exclusively every kobold you have killed has almost exclusively been with burning hands.
That's just it's just on brand.
It's kobold
I mean, it's your brand
extermination.
now.
You should just, we're not actually gonna do a Goblin Slayer campaign. It's Kobold Slayer, and it's just all they're using burning hands. All right, Alder, you've got
it's
some
a
movement.
great-
Where are you going?
I'm gonna take off after where Reyn and Çiaran went, so I'll just huddle up right behind him.
All right, B. Do you want to be behind Sarah, or do you want to be behind Reyn?
I'll be behind Reyn. Let's go behind the big boy.
All right. And then Gelt.
All right, who do I see?
You get out of there. You hear the shrieking and look above, and you can see about 15 feet in the air a severely burned winged kobold. And then looking across, you see your allies, and at the kind of other side of this kind of clearing, you can see the foreign-looking individual in the spiky, animal-y looking armor.
So I'll just go make 2 attacks on the dude that's right in front of me.
Can I hear that again?
I'll just make 2 attacks on the dude that's right in front of me.
There's no one right in front of you.
Well, shit. Can I move towards the nearest opponent?
Yeah, you can definitely move there. You're only gonna be able to get to unless you wanted to dash all the way over to him. You'd be able to get to right behind Çiaran.
I don't want to dash, but do I have enough with my whip? Do I have enough?
Oh,
range
not
to
even
make
close.
Then nah, I'll just end my turn there.
Okie dokie. It's gonna be its turn. It takes this spear and looks at what just happened there, and it's gonna huck one at you, Alder, and one at you, Çiaran.
That's fair.
Alder, normally you would get cover, but since Reyn is a dwarf, and you are taller than him, you're not gonna get the cover addition to this. So, 1 spear for each of you. God damn it. Alright, Çiaran, that's gonna be a 14.
Block it with my shield.
Pink. Alder, that's gonna be a 23.
That's gonna hit.
Alright. So it sails across the air, and you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Aichi cow.
And he pulls out another spear. You can see along his, not carrying it, but behind him, there seems to be quite a number of spears that have been staked into the ground that he's pulling from. He pulls out another one, readies his shield in almost a Spartan-like position, sets up and holds fast for you all. Going back to the top now in real initiative order is dead, dead, dead. Gelt.
All right, now I can make an attack that I wanted to.
Fucking
Yeah,
rolled
run in and fuck him up.
rolled a bunch of really high initiative for them, and he killed all the high initiative ones. You fucking dicks.
All right, first one's gonna be a 17.
17. That you go to bring it down, and it brings up his shield, and he parries you. So that's not gonna hit.
Would you believe?
All right, second one does a
Ugh,
22.
that feels so good.
I could tell.
But a 22, yes, a 22. The second one will go through. Fucking sick of this damn paladin parrying my
11
attack.
damage.
11? Gotcha. The first one he's able to bat away, but it just leaves him up on the other side. You like stick a hand out and it shortens and it swings on back and catches him in the exposed arm. But he stands steadfast. Next is Alder.
Alrighty. So, is that the same guy that just threw the spear at me, or is that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's the
Okay.
guy.
Sweet, sweet.
That's the one you want.
That sure is. So, we are going to fire right back at him with my firebolt, which now does 2d10 if I hit him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And it's a nat 20!
There it is.
Alder.
All right.
Oh, buddy.
Roll me
So-
2d10s
and so-
plus 20.
Woo, okay.
Buddy.
So that's gonna be 31 fire damage.
Fuck.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the
That's a cantrip, baby.
yeah. Definitely. Malrivian would be so proud of you. So wow, fuck. So
From the
you
fucking level 5, bud.
yeah, Malrivian would be
Thank you, guys.
so
Thank
proud
you.
of you. So as the whip
Sorcerer
knocks.
Dad. Thank you.
You're welcome, Sorcerer Son. As Gelt's whip opens this guy up, you get the perfect angle, and with you feel that inner fire finally. It's like, it just ignites, and you feel it course through your body and build up into your hand, and with more force than you've ever gotten out. Boom! And there's an audible boom as it leaves. It roars across and strikes this assailant straight in the face. And you can see from the chin to about half the face up. That's got to at least be second degree burns, if not third.
Oof.
Well done.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Yeah, Buck. So it's my turn as as the fucking flying kobold. Fuck.
Did he see that?
Yes, and that kobold uses its action to dash and fly away towards the pyramid.
That wizard just killed his 3 friends and then fucking ruined that dude.
Oh, a walking hand cannon of fire. So yes, that kobold has left the kobold flees. So
They're not smart, but they're cowardly.
that they are. After all that, it was really funny and then really not funny. All right, Çiaran.
Wow.
What direction is it flying, out of curiosity?
It is flying. It's continuing to head west towards the center of the island, towards the pyramid.
Okay, is it within 120 feet?
Oh yeah,
Çiaran will try to catch it with a firebolt then.
go ahead and roll for it.
After a brief moment of marveling at fucking Alder.
Just
Yes, okay, so that's a 18 to hit.
oh yeah, that'll hit.
So with
2d10.
yep, max damage.
You
I was inspired, so that's 20
So
damage.
much fire.
so you throw your own firebolts, and it makes more of a high whistling noise rather than a roar, and it strikes this kobold straight in the back, and you burn both of its wings off. It falls the whole 15 foot, and you hear a sickening crack as it falls into the earth head first and moves no more.
She nudges Alder. I learned it from you.
Alder, get
Alder's just-
inspiration. I'm giving you an inspiration for that.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Which are like the traditional like DM give out
Yeah.
inspiration. It's just a straight up initiative when
You
you
love
choose
to
it, right,
see
Tom?
it.
Mm-hmm. You may roll advantage when you choose.
Oh yeah, advantage. Excuse me, not initiative. Blah.
I knew what you're trying to say.
Thank you.
I knew what I meant. You heard what I said. Speaking of hearing what I say,
Wow.
unless you have any movement, it's Reyn's turn.
She will like start running like towards the enemy, but kind of away to the right a bit, just not in melee range, but getting up in his grizz.
Like 10
Strafing.
feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. So you learned it from you, bud, and then there's like, Alder, you see that, and you're like, nice. So, Alder, today's been just like, you woke up strong, you're feeling strong, like, you hardly even noticed that you just got fucking stabbed with a spear.
Seriously, the spear's almost like on fire. Just anything around me has got to be feeling that heat, because like I can tell you
Oh,
now,
all of you
Alder's
guys definitely
cooking.
felt the heat. All three of you. Well, besides, even you, Gelt. Gelt, you definitely felt it, because you're like, holy shits. You just see, just his entire, just head just get, combustion man style, just.
Ooh.
Wow.
So Reyn, it's your move.
Yeah. So, I imagine that these fires and what I'm about to do just kind of happen almost simultaneously as we burst onto the scene, more or less, as Reyn is using kind of the momentum of that sonic boom to just like he's just regular moving up, but it looks almost like he's barely even like moving his feet, like a boxer just like leaping ahead, and he's using that momentum as he's going for a booming blade.
Hup,
Boom it.
hup, hup, hup.
Reckon.
He's wrecking.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess a 23 hits.
23 does indeed hit.
Nice. Takes 7 piercing, 6 thunder, and 4 necrotic damage
Ooh.
Ooh.
for a total of 17.
Yes, after all of those, as you close the gap, the strike from what I assume is the Liar.
Oh, of course.
It doesn't actually, he like catches it with the shield, but it drives straight on through. You can actually feel part of it pierce through and make contact, and boom, ding, 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 that kind of pinging noise shatters, and he actually, you can see a good bit of blood from the chest pour down. Top half burned, bottom half bloody. And he looks
All right.
bloodied.
Nice.
So,
Damn, he's a hardy fucker.
Sure
he is. So he is now going to make his attacks. He's going to make 3 attacks.
Ooh.
So
Sucks.
he's going to make 1 against Gelt, 1 against Reyn.
Ranged will be at disadvantage because I'm next to him.
Oh, he's not going to make this at ranged. He's going to do this melee. So he takes the spear. Gelt. That is a 22. Gelt.
You're muted, bud.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that does hit. Sorry.
Alright. Gelt, you take 14 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
Reyn, you're gonna take 1 spear attack and 1 shield bash attack.
Ooh.
So he's got the one arm, pushed into his own chest. He gets 1 stab at Gelt, brings another stab down at you, and throws the spear right directly behind you. It leaves his hands as he rolls a critical fail.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can't really blame him. His skin's slippery now, so.
It just like gets it in Gelt's blood between that and then the pain. Just it slips right on through, and he moves the shield forward to make another attack.
Ah,
That's a 12, so no.
it does miss.
Oh my god.
Yep. So that's its turn. Back to the top with Gelt.
All right, can I make an attack against that guy?
Oh, for
Hell
sure.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make 2 attacks.
What'd you
The
do if
first
he
one-
said just no?
No. I know you're within range and you have weapons, but no. Why don't you go ahead and take a seat? No paladin fights in this one.
All right, so the first one's going to be a 13, and the second one's going to be a 17.
Neither one hits as he parries the second one. And right now, it's all shield for him. Things were going really good at first, and now things have not been going super good for him.
All right, so that ends Gelt's turn.
Alder. Your move.
Alrighty. It's time. Well, it worked well the first time. We're gonna try ourselves another firebolt at this guy.
Yep.
I don't think that one will hit. That's a 14.
The 14 will not do. This time, he has been keeping an eye on you since that last one, and he's able to move his head just enough out of the way so it sails past him. All right. I assume you're not going to move, Alder.
Nah, we'll keep the distance here.
All right, Çiaran.
Like a wolf, Siren continues kind of circling around, and now that he's kind of just focusing fully on blocking everything in front of him, she's gonna lunge in with her dagger.
Go ahead and do so with advantage, considering he's pretty much you're flanking.
Thank
Yay!
you so much. Definitely hits already with a 22.
Yes, a 22 will indeed hit.
That's a girl.
And that will be 5 piercing and 4 acid.
5 piercing, 4 acid. Yeah, he howls in pain as once again it just, with almost no resistance, just drives straight into his back.
That's so nasty.
So,
And yeah, she'll withdraw it, and she'll stay there. Yeah.
all right, Reyn, your move.
It is. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for another booming blade as he reels back the lyre one more time.
Do it.
I opted not to reckless attack this time, and I got a 22.
And 22, yeah, 22 will hit.
Nice.
All right, so that is going to be 8 piercing, 3 thunder, and 4 necrotic for 15 total.
15 total. Yeah, it's just you guys are now putting on the hurt, and he's almost starting to shrink lower from just every direction is pain. So he currently doesn't have any weapons and can't reach any of them. So it's shield bashes for all of you guys. All 3 of you guys are getting a shield bash. Just boof, boof, boof. Just trying to make some sort of space.
Just button mashing now.
Pretty much. So we'll go Gelt, Çiaran, Reyn. So Gelt. No.
Low punch, low punch, low punch.
This is every Dark Souls PvP I've ever been in.
Yeah. So Gelt, that's a 9. I know which is
No.
not gonna hit.
Truly.
Çiaran, that's an unnatural 20.
That will hit, yeah.
And then Reyn, that's a 14.
That does miss me.
So Çiaran, make me a strength saving throw.
Oh shit.
I know. bust out the strength saving throw on you, did ya?
With a -1, that is still a 17.
Yeah, you are not knocked prone as he swings the shield back wildly, and you're gonna take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it catches you right just. He tries to shove forward against the two, and then remembering someone's behind him, he doesn't even look. Just with wild abandon, swings the shield back, and you catch it right in the jaw. Bink!
Oh, that definitely knocked loose a tooth or two.
It really clicked. You're like, I bit my tongue. Fuck.
Oh,
You know, tongue bites are nasty.
Oh yeah,
The worst.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
that bit hurted.
I heard it. Gelt, it's back to you.
All right, can I make another 2 attacks on this guy?
Unless you
yeah.
leave, the answer's gonna keep being yes.
All right. So the first one's going to be 16, and the second one's going to be an 11.
Both are no's.
Jesus Christ.
It's all shield all the time.
That's right. Well, shit. All
He's
right.
very good with that shield. I'm impressed, to be honest.
He's surrounded on 3 sides, just not
kind
going
of
down.
commendable.
You know, if he was on your guys' side, you should be really giving him pats on the back. He's not,
True,
but
yeah.
No, he's definitely not.
All right, Alder, it's your move.
We'll try one more time with the fire bolts.
Play that same song one more time.
Oh, you gotta do it. I believe 15 misses too.
The 15 will indeed miss.
Until
Yeah.
he starts waving that white flag.
Yeah.
Oh, he won't though. Like,
Yeah.
He ain't about it.
Mama didn't raise no bitch. You start this fight, you finish this fight.
Listen, friend, this is a war of attrition now.
Çiaran.
Yeah, you know, no mercy here. Just gonna go in with the dagger again. Do I still have advantage?
Yeah. Nothing's changed.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So that will be an unnatural 20.
Yep, that'll do.
And, oh my god. That's 6 piercing and 6 acid.
Right. Yeah, you're seeing it now. You're just slower, more bloodied, weaker. Knees starting to wobble. Incredibly spicy. Reyn.
It's just fucking Thor and Cap and Iron Man versus Thanos.
Yeah.
so am I getting that same flanking advantage?
Yeah, technically, yeah, you would.
Okay, got it. I didn't use that last time, but still got the hidden. That's awesome. All right, well then I am going to play my song one more time and give it one more booming blade.
Go for it. Make the attack.
That is going to be a non-natural 20.
That'll just do it.
Oh, thank God. As he takes 8 piercing, 3 thunder, and 6 necrotic.
You drive the liar forward, and finally the shield gives out, and it breaks, and you're able to drive it all the way through. And Çiaran, you see the spikes of the liar come out inches from in front of you, as it pierces through his body, and you pull it back, and the light fades from his eyes, but his feet do not leave him.
Ah, one of those.
Well,
fuck.
No. He's dead.
Oh, no, that's what I know. I'm saying one of those, like a stain.
Yes. So, there in front of you is this incredibly bloody, just absolutely destroyed wreckage of what you think might have been a man at once. We are out of initiative.
Fuck.
Oof.
That's,
Well done, everyone. That was
Yeah.
a mighty foe, and everyone really held their own.
So, wait, Alder, what was that new spell you cast?
That, honestly, that was Old Faithful. I'm telling you, though, I'm just feeling Feeling juiced. I don't know how else to put that.
I've never seen so much put into a casting of that before without it backfiring.
Wow. God, I love Genasi. Holy fuck, dude. As he's just like, he straight up like hugs you just in like pure admiration.
You've you're you are hugging a heated blanket right now. Just FYI.
That's fine.
And you can feel
Reyn's a
Reyn.
dwarf.
He is. You've hugged Alder before, and he very much was a thin boy. But you hug him this time, and there's meat on him.
You might be able to take my flicks now.
Yeah, and Alder, he hugs you, and usually it's like, oh, this is gonna be painful. It's not.
All right. he gives the hug back, and he's almost got like a look of like, I don't know if it's necessarily smugness, but like a, hey, all right, this today is not so bad right now.
Reyn, you get a full like normal person hug. Like it's clearly not as strong as you are, but you're like,
Mm-hmm.
you've been lifting weights on the side.
Nah, Reyn, because he's a dwarf, does kind of have like an inherent understanding. It's how he thinks of himself. Iron can expand and grow and be forged into something new. So can a fire.
In fact, one can't happen without the other.
This group is so good for each other.
So you guys are now here on Sorcerer Isle.
Yeah.
Looking around. Everybody, go ahead and give me some perception checks.
We want to check this guy's corpse too.
Yeah.
But for perception,
Goodness gracious.
$15, $8, $17, $13. Okay. Looking around. Of course, it's impossible to miss the pyramid. It's a massive structure. The base of it must be at least 100 by 100. It's incredibly big. I mean, it rivals Mantor's library in many ways. In fact, now that you're looking at it, the architecture is painfully similar. You check the kind of the body of this, and besides more spheres behind him, there's nothing of exceptional value. So there's a broken shield, three more spheres behind. Looking at the appears that this seems to be some sort of leather one that's it's not magical but well made. Not a, and I'll just say not a +1 armor, but looking around, really what you notice is kind of the flora around here. Looking at it, you see that you were expecting it just to be the pyramid on there, but you can see that there are crude farms that kind of surround the pyramid, but the crops have also mutated. Each one of them has a mouth on it, a large, almost piranha plant style, and you can see them snapping occasionally at insects. And there's just this awful bit of, if you could call it, singing that seems to come from them. And it's not just those. You're looking at, there's a couple of other shrubs and twisted trees, and all of them have mouths. Çiaran, with your 17, however, you just briefly catch, it appears it's probably another 100 or so feet towards the pyramid, but you can see what looks to be some bodies near an entrance, close around to. So you guys are coming from the west, on the north side. You actually, more than a body, you see just a like a smear of blood, and then you barely catch it. Looks like somebody's shoe, still attached to their body, of course.
Yeah, she definitely points that out. It looks like perhaps that's not the wisest direction to go.
Should might still want to check it out though, potentially. As
Very carefully, Reyn.
I will. The before we move forward, Reyn says, did anybody find this gentleman's whole kind of aesthetic a little bit familiar?
I didn't ever roll on that, did I, Don?
I will let party go ahead and roll insight.
Oh, because Nick knows.
Oh.
No,
ahead.
that's a
But-
2.
Party
Insight
roll
though is
insight.
still a 17.
I think Ryan thinks I know where you're going with this, but we'll see if Alder puts together.
13 insight.
13 insight,
Roll low.
17 insight,
2.
2,
10.
10.
Or actually, yeah, 10. Sorry.
Nobody else is picking up on it. Reyn, the themes are similar, but you wouldn't be able to say with utmost certainty, but you maybe continue on this train of thought.
Thank you. My gut instinct says that this reminds me of when we were down below the Valhingen graveyard. I'm pretty sure that the Red Wizards of Thay may be around.
Oh. I see.
That's what that reminds me of, the knight that fought so zealously, like when we were down there.
Of course. Wow, good thinking.
So, yeah, that's probably going to be a bitch and a half on top of everything else we're dealing with. But at least we know.
Yes.
But
Well-
is Jarella working with the fucking Red Wizards? What the fuck? Jeez, everything's always more complicated than it seems. Gotta love being an adventurer.
Would be interesting
You know,
if
I
that's the
kind of
case.
do.
Honestly, it's never boring.
No, and I love putting villains where they should be.
That may be the best way I've ever heard that put, and I was a mercenary for about 40 years before this.
Um,
All right,
I
so
don't know how I feel about that.
just take it as a compliment, I suppose.
Okay, I will then.
Fuck those plants, right?
Yeah, speaking of that fucking... Yeah, that's kind of feeding a lot of this desire to get this done right now, because that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, I can burn them if you really want me to.
Do it.
If it doesn't cost you too much, that would be... Well, we should probably lay low. We can't just light their whole business on fire as soon as we get here.
Does there appear to be a path, like, past these snapping plants?
It's easy. It would be easy enough for you guys. You know, they only have so much movement, and there does seem to be, while they're crude, there does seem to be kind of a deviation. You weren't expecting there to be farms on this island, but it's easy enough to walk in between. You guys don't need to make dex saving throws or anything like that. So unless you really want to, you know, stick a hand in the mouth of a plant's mouth, you guys are able to dodge it just fine. So
And we shall.
my question is, do you guys head towards the north of the pyramid or the south of the pyramid? The north is where, Çiaran, you see the signs of struggle.
Reyn, if you wish to investigate that, I will join you.
kind of quiet on your side of guys. So Alder, Gelt, Reyn. Is that a yes on going to the north side of the pyramid?
Yeah.
I mean, I got your back.
Can't hear you at all, Reyn.
Yeah, Nick. If you're saying anything, you're not coming through. Which is typically how I.
Wah.
Wah, wah.
What's going on? No.
This session of
Oh,
D&D is not brought to you by D&D Beyond, or Heroes Forge, or NordVPN, or The Rook and the Raven, or there are other things that on Critical Role that they have different sponsored. We're not sponsored by any of them.
Okay, there we go. My internet connection died for a moment there.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so we're heading towards the north of the pyramid, towards the Signs of Struggle. I assume that's a yes from everybody.
That is what I would like to do. Yes, please.
So you guys head in another about 100 feet, giving plenty of distance between you and the many mouthy plants, of which there are hundreds and hundreds in all directions. Every plant here seems to have been awakened in some way. But there are no words that come out, just awful noises, and weird sap-like saliva falls from many of their mouths.
That's
it's a
gross.
cacophony of a song would be the worst song ever. It's just more of a as the exhale there's noise. As you guys round and see the north half, you guys what you see is a number of dead individuals, all similarly dressed to the individual you just fought, including someone in red robes. However, looking at it, they all bear different wounds caused by swords and arrows, and one of them is a half-elf who Reyn and Alder, roll me insight.
Yes! Fuck yes. 17.
15.
And that's a 24, or 22 actually.
Matches the description of the half-elf you've been looking for. As told to you by Velsi.
Fuck yes. Reyn is gonna check the area real quick to make sure that there's no imminent threats, I suppose, and then go check the body.
Go ahead. As you're kind of looking around, Çiaran, you look and you notice that in some of these trees and bushes, you spot a figure, and they are hiding for a second, and you lock eyes, and you notice that they are holding a bow made of purple wood.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I slowly pull out my staff with the Morcant burl seed, kind of, at the front.
Roll me insight, Çiaran.
Okay. So 16?
A 16. You've only ever known one person with a Morcant burl bow, and that would be
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Fey hunter Surik.
Surik, that's what it was. Surik?
Yeah? And drops down, and there is Surik, who looks upon you all and goes, "Wait, you're not Thayans, and you're not and kind of stunned, and it's
We're
trying.
here for Jarella.
That the meme of the trying to put the math together. Wait, I know you.
Yes.
You know me as a member of the Emerald Enclave, Çiaran-Laé. I'm here to restore nature to how it should be.
Siren?
Yeah. I guess it has been a long time since you've seen me.
You're very different. Your hair and your
Oh, thank you.
skin and your
Yeah.
limbs.
You're everything.
Yeah, I'm all better.
Yeah. And
Um,
she looks around and she Reyn, did you take the +1 longbow with you?
Oh yeah.
And as she's a taunt, she looks and she turns to you and says, "Why do you have my brother's bow?"
Why was your brother working for the Grey Patriots?
And there's a elven anger that only Siren is aware of. As most people know, elves are not prone to outright anger nor joy, but a seriously deep anger. So that's where that fucker went to.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let's all get on the same page before we have
Yes.
lunch.
Please.
Hi, Siren. You look much better.
Thank
Secondly,
you so much.
you all left me there for a very long time. I stayed 3 whole weeks with that crying spirit. Where the hell did you all go?
Oh, right. We haven't had to tell this story in a long time.
Mhm.
We got lost on the way back from Green Teeth's for a sum total of 5 years.
Lost is a word to use.
It was we. It's literally what happened. We came back from what I assume was the Fae, and
Oh.
yeah, 5 years passed.
Fae time
Time
slippage.
just-
Absolutely.
Oh, well.
It's not
Yeah,
so
you
I
hunt
can
them.
understand.
You hunt them, so makes sense you would understand.
typically it's usually a much shorter time passes, but I have heard stories where years can go by.
Yeah, we were not particularly pleased with the whole situation, but Flan still stands, so I guess everything's okay.
Well, yes, the
Apologies for making
Yeah,
you wait. We
That was never our intention.
well, I honestly thought you all failed and died, so this is a pleasant surprise. Although you have, I'm going to assume you're all the reason why the Quivering Forest no longer has a large Fey presence.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. Particularly a companion of ours, whom you met, traded herself essentially to get Green Teeth out of our business.
Well, to rekeep the pact.
Yeah.
That explains why. Explains why I've had nearly nothing to do for the last couple of years. So I suppose your friend deserves a thanks for that, although foolish.
Yes. Ill-advised was a word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Well, that explains where you've been. Now let's get to my brother. For context, I suppose it's important to tell you all that since the Fae have quieted down in the Quivering Forest, our jobs, my family's jobs, have been much easier, of course. With nothing to fight, my brother ran off, didn't tell anyone, and we've been wondering where he's been ever since. So I guess the question is not what he was doing, whether or not... Well, I'm gonna go straight out and ask for, did you kill my brother?
No, actually. Of all of the people that were there, he is one of the very few that did not meet the end of a blade, technically. I knocked him unconscious with poison, stole his bow, and started chaos.
Shame.
Yeah, I kind of regret not taking care of just all of it, because I'm pretty sure he's going to come back as like a vengeful foe at some point, but that's going to make for a great story.
I doubt it. He's a failure and a disgrace. You probably do better with that bow before anyone else.
Oh, I was about to say if you wanted it, you're free to it since, family and everything, but I will keep it if you'll let me.
I would never use that bow. No offense,
Okay.
but
None taken.
it's been tainted by his inadequacy. So, that explains that. That explains that. Now that we've caught up all the way to the future, or the present, as the case may be, what are you all doing here?
What Siren said, for the most part.
Two parts. One being Jarella, and the other being finding the source of this unnatural business with the forest. And, just end it.
And looking for any books and stuff that Uxor had of his own works and notes and stuff as request of the Lord Regent. Or
Yes.
Lord Sage, excuse me.
Well, that is a
Works of Rush.
similar reason to
Or,
why here.
yeah.
Congratulations, you found the source of it.
Yeah, it's this bullshit. This pyramid is terrible.
Well, we may have to find a more elegant solution than dismantling it brick by brick.
Oh, I think we'll have to get inside and figure out whatever swirling thing is causing magic to spill out and see what
Right.
we have to throw inside to make it stop.
Or just who we
But,
have to stop that's making it work.
More.
I hope it's that simple.
We'll see.
We would be happy for your aid if you'd be willing to give it.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know about the island. I was not expecting all of this. There's usually a tribe of lizard folk that till this island.
That's why there's farms.
Indeed. Although,
Sorry, I could not hear any of the last 10 seconds.
she explains that this island is farmed by a tribe of lizard folk.
Okay.
And kind of gives a rundown of the last couple days. The contingency of kobolds, these wearers of red, some armored, some in robes. That the lizard folk that are typically here that she a time or two has interacted and traded with. They're very highly territorial. So to have all of them gone from here is alarming. So she has been watching, but being that it is just her currently, she has not had was not willing to make that sort of foolhardy gesture to go in alone.
Smart move.
She did pick off some of the stragglers. There was explains that she saw this half-elf, the half-elf that you guys have been looking for, and saw, was going to ask questions before they were ambushed by, the other people around. She is the one that finished many of them off.
All
I
right.
have no idea where this one came from.
Reyn, at this point in the conversation, is going to go over to the body and check for the ring.
You see that the ring is missing.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck.
All right. Well, we'll have to keep looking then, Alder.
Oh, what was somebody want with that ring?
Who the fuck knows? Kobolds are shifty and steal things, so...
True.
If there
Dang.
were kobolds, were there kobolds around?
You do
Oh no,
see.
he says that to to Sirik.
Yeah, all over the place. Some
Okay.
fly, some on the ground.
Well, no.
You,
After like all of this kind of fell apart, were there kobolds involved in this fight?
this one? No. Are you looking for something?
The only thing I'm gonna say, and this will make sense for I think most people, it's family business.
Her family put in a request. They knew that she was coming up here and figured she's probably gone. We need to bring that keepsake back just as proof.
What keepsake? Wouldn't happen to be a ring, is it?
Yes, it is.
As a matter of fact, it is.
Oh, this one? And
Is it?
pulls out a bloody iron ring. And it is the as described.
That would be it, Sirik. Thank you.
Yeah, I know bits. Well, not useful for me, but if it's important to you and returns back to their family, well, here you are.
It's much appreciated. Thank you.
It doesn't do anything. Kind of useless if you ask me, but figured might be able to get something for it when I eventually got out of here. The rest of it is all just weapons and the like, so.
No crazy wands or anything on the Red Wizards?
I mean, they all have spell books. Can tell you that much. However, yeah, some have spell books. Many of them have. Well, the ones in robes have spell books. The ones without robes, well, and she points at the kind of, you can see swords, spears, that sort of thing. Well, I'm not much for swords and spears. Plus, as if any of them could match the quality of my bow. She puts a hand on the kind of the neck of it.
Reyn always appreciates somebody who has a close relationship with their weapon.
Well, I guess it would be a foolhardy question to ask if you're going to go in there. I assume the answer that you didn't come all the way out here just for a ring.
Nope, that's just icing on the cake of taking care of the rest of this business.
Well, you're in luck. There's two ways to get into the pyramid. Either this one, she points to the entrance there, or one on the south.
Is there much of a difference?
Not that I can tell.
Path of least resistance, in my opinion, unless anybody feels like trekking around the other side of the fucking giant pyramid.
Yeah, you know, simplest answer is the best often. So, let's do that.
It's gonna get weird.
Oh, most assuredly.
Oh, you've been on the island for a couple of days at this point, you said, Sirik?
Yeah, about.
Are you feeling any adverse effects from the weird magics and shit?
Oh, everything feels weird, but as long as you don't touch or drink any of the water coming out of here, or she kind of gestures to the side that's closest to the Stojanel on the east side. Whatever is pouring off the top of that, if you don't touch it, you don't drink it, you're fine. If you do, well, and kind of gestures to the rest of it. That's what happens if you water crops with it.
So the pyramid's literally leaking some kind of stuff?
I've never seen anything like it, but whatever's at the very top of it comes out from there, ends up in the Stoge now. I think the lizard folk that used to be here may have used it to water their crops, and well, now they all have fucking mouths on them.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. Okay, got it. Well, I guess it's to the top that we're gonna be going, Siren.
So we shall.
Let's get in.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
And so, they did give us the ring, right?
Yes,
Sarek did.
you do have the ring.
Sweet. Just checking.
Did you want to? Reyn looks at you and says, "Do you want to hold back for a second and take care of that?"
Yeah, I'll scout around a little bit with that, and I'll follow y'all in a second. Just make sure there isn't anybody following the trail.
Do the thing.
So as the rest of the group heads inside, Alder, what do you say into the ring?
It's like, this is all just speaking. As expected, family member didn't make it. We have recovered the ring, finishing up our business, and we'll be heading back.
The message is carried. The ring almost kind of vibrates for a second. Kind of does like the Pokeball, like bling, 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 bling. But you do know that it is a one-way messaging system, so you feel confident that your message has been sent.
Yay.
So, returning back to it, you all begin to enter from the north side of the pyramid. All right, here we are. So, you enter in. The corridors, as you kind of enter into the pyramid, they're 10 feet wide by 10 feet high. There is almost this kind of weight as you enter. The floors are all the same kind of stone that makes up the rest of the pyramid. You can even, as you kind of move through, you can see that the outside is silver, but it doesn't continue all the way inside. The pyramid is not completely made out of silver. Just many different types of, well, Reyn, you would know, just regular stone that would be, most likely from the Dragonspire Mountains.
Makes perfect sense.
But the sound as you're walking in, your steps don't make the echoing that you would expect walking in a completely stone area. They sound almost muted, or they travel way farther than you're expecting. You can see that there's that moving in. There's you can see physically in the ground some dust and cobwebs have been moved. You can see that there are various seems to be footprints, while many of the other parts of the pyramid are heavily covered in dust and wet cobwebs. You head into kind of these stairs that take you down a bit, and as you go down these stairs, it deposits you in this dim and dusty hallway. There's patches of odd fungus that kind of bathe the walls in a pale green luminescence. So, for our purposes, this area is not in complete darkness. We'd say most of this is going to be dim light, unless stated otherwise. Yes.
With the sound of our footsteps being as traveling as far as you said they did, I think Pass Without a Trace is in order. Yes.
You cast Pass Without Trace.
I am always down for you to cast that spell.
I will do that now, and I'll also think if I can stand next to Reyn in the front, I will, just so I can keep an eye out for traps.
Yeah, you can go 2 by 2 on this.
Cool.
So go ahead. Everybody, what's your guys' marching order?
Usually in the back.
Yeah, it'll probably be Reyn, Çiaran, Alder in the middle, I'm guessing, and then Sirik can kind of go where she feels like it. She's her own person.
She's gonna take the back.
Is she gonna go even further behind, like further back behind Gelt, or kind of keep like 2x2 with him?
She's probably gonna go all the way behind Gelt, where she
Cool.
feels most comfortable.
Perfect. That's totally fine with us.
So-
Then Gelt, do you want to do 2x2 next to Alder then, and just go R4 and then her in the back?
Yeah, that definitely works.
That
And
was
if you're behind me, you can make whips that are easier because my head's so low.
True.
So, as you guys enter in, and let me back up a little bit. So the staircase is actually not on the inside. You actually go up a staircase on the outside that leads to some large double doors, and you guys can see on the side of this pyramid that the substance that goes down is oily sheen, and there's cascading colors of all types. Some that you're sure that you've never seen before. It'd be hard to explain. Like a puce, but not.
That's some straight up annihilation vibes.
Very much. That is a very apt description. As it makes its way down the pyramid and then pools before slowly making its way into the river. Looking kind of northways, you can see that north of the river is still Stojanau, just the way that the Stojanau has always looked. But
Thank God.
going down past it, well, you all are very aware of what it looks like as this trails down.
Right, well, at least it's not like an aura of chaos magic that's emanating from this. There's an actual font that we can cork.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So as you guys climb up and enter into these double doors, you see, like I said, patches of odd fungus that bathe the walls. So this area is in dim light. The hallway proceeds straight for about 30 feet before culminating in a featureless wall. But 10 feet before the hallway ends, there's another hallway that branches off to the left. You guys look around, and it appears to be the only option for moving further into the pyramid. And now what we're going to be doing is, I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh joy.
This is typically what would be called a skill check. You guys will be moving on initiative, and I will say just how you guys are set up. We can either roll initiative, or we can just go in your guys' walking order.
Since we're 2x2, we'll just do initiative.
Okie dokie. And every time it's your turn, you will be able to move your movement speed deeper into the pyramid.
Okay.
Cool.
Great. I'm stoked. The way my die have been performing tonight, a skill check challenge. Woo, yeah. Woohoo.
So let's see. So Çiaran with the wow, beat Gelt. Because Gelt rolled. Woo,
I know. Look at
3,
me.
6, 16, 19. Oh, there, you tricky bitch. Let me roll
You
for
dog.
Sarek. You dog. You got me monologuing.
Mm-hmm.
Sarek. Actually, Sarek beat all of you guys by far, but she's not going to lead this expedition. It's not the point. So, you guys are kind of at... I would put the map up, but that would defeat the purpose of this.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
just because it would be impossible for me guys to be like, hey, don't look at any of this stuff and use it. It would be impossible. That's not fair to you guys. So, as you guys kind of reach this, so 10 feet forward leads to the wall, and then to your left heads down another hallway. So, I believe it starts with Alder, Where would you like to move?
I don't know if it's the best option, but Alder is curious about why a hallway would just end.
All right.
I'm so scared for you.
Yeah, go ahead and what would you like to do with this hallway that just ends?
Alder wants to just, like, as he's walking along, he wants to just, like, inspect the walls itself, just to see, like, if there's anything amiss with them.
Make me an investigation check on this wall. It is the one that is 10 feet in front of you that ends.
So that is going to be an 19
A
for the
19.
investigation.
You go up to the wall. You check all, it's 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. You put your hands on it. Feel solid, stone. You're looking around and there's nothing amiss, which is almost more unnerving. It just appears to be a wall.
All right then.
Well, doesn't seem to be anything special about it. I don't know how to feel.
I guess I'll join him with my high perception and see if there's anything he's missing.
Go ahead and roll.
7.
Uh,
Or 8, rather.
Nope, that you look at that wall, doesn't appear to be anything going on with that wall. Actually, wait, nope, I was looking at the wrong side of this. Hold on, let me turn this so that it looks correct. There it is. I was looking at the wrong side of this map. Okay, so no, going through, you're looking through, and you confirm, same as Alder, appears just to be a dead end.
Okay.
So, Alder, is there any movement you would like? You've only moved from where you were at, probably 10 feet forward.
Okay. I'll head my way back towards the group into that other hallway that we haven't gone down yet.
Yeah, you can move 10 feet into that hallway.
Okay.
Alright, so Alder moves 10 feet into the hallway. Next is Reyn.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Alder.
How far you want to go in?
Because from where I'm at, how far into the hall would my regular 25 feet of movement take me?
Take you about 20 feet in. So you go 10 feet farther than Alder.
I am going to go right to where Alder is, and then before I move any further, can I use my action to search and roll a perception check?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't hear you if you said anything.
Yes, indeed. You may go ahead and use your action.
Cool.
And in my mistake, Çiaran, in the future, if you want to make a perception check.
I totally spaced that we were in initiative.
Yeah. And I should have corrected that then. That was my bad, so.
No worries. It's partially why I was very explicit about the way I worded what I did.
So yeah, go ahead and roll that.
That's gonna be a 17 perception. Do I see anything that I would be afraid of in the next 10 feet ahead of me?
In the next 10 feet ahead? No, you're looking down, and because you're a dwarf. You can see that the hallway extends for a full 30 feet before it opens up.
Into another room.
Into something. Past that
Into
is farther
something.
farther than your dark vision would allow you to see. If you move forward, your full movement, you may be able to get a better look.
Oh, if it doesn't appear to be any kind of trap triggers or anything like that, I am moving the last 10 feet ahead to be able to use my full movement. Yes.
You can see that looks like you move down the hallway, and there is a place to go left and a place to go right.
Got it. So it tees out.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Reyn relays that back as the fog of war clears.
All right. Now it is Çiaran.
I guess I will peek around the left corner of that all that Reyn was talking about, if I can have the movement.
Yeah, you can make it just to the to where you get to like the end of the hallway as it tees out, and you look around to your left corner. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Passive is 17.
Passive 17. Looking around the left corner. You don't see anything exactly to your left, but straight ahead of you, you do notice that about 10 feet from you, up against the wall, straight ahead, it does seem to be almost like a... How to describe it? Like a door pivot.
Oh. She
Yeah,
will
like a
point that
pivot.
out.
A pivot is exactly what I'm looking. The word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Gotcha. Gelt.
Alright, I will follow suit with Çiaran, actually, see if I can't take a peek behind that left corner as well.
You can get there. You'd be on like the right side of Çiaran. Go ahead and roll me perception.
18.
18. You're on the, so you guys are side by side now. Çiaran on the left side of the wall. You're to her right. You you look and Çiaran's pointing out that pivot, and you look to your left and you don't see anything. But looking to your right on kind of the corner before it heads out to the right, you see another set of pivots.
Mm.
As Surik continues in, and she goes and stands next to you, Alder, and continues to follow. She's got her, bow in hand. And as you do, this area grows like deathly quiet as you all pass into this hallway. And even those of you who are outside of Çiaran's pass without trace, hear your footsteps go muted. And then without warning, the silence is shattered by this grating sound of moving stone as you hear far behind you and the pyramid falls silent once more. So, back to you, Alder.
Yikes.
What the fuck was that?
Could I tell where that sound was coming from?
Oh yeah. Since this place was deathly quiet before, it sounded like that came from where you entered. As if something was sliding.
And Alder will just say, I think we should keep moving forward. Okay, so, and remind me, from where I'm heading, it gets to a T, right? That's where Reyn is at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Reyn's about halfway through the hallway. Çiaran and Gelt are kind of right at the precipice before it tees out. You'd be able to get there and probably head 10 feet left or 10 feet right. Unless you wanted to dash, and then you could move much farther.
Don't know if I'm comfortable dashing just yet, but I will definitely move that way up, and I'll tell everyone. I'll check out the left, and we'll head 10 feet into the left.
You do. You head 10 feet into the left. Moving on. It's Reyn.
Okay, so there's these door pivots. Does it like, now that it's been pointed out, does it look like I could like muscle to make this wall move in front of us?
The one in front of you. You can go straight across.
Hmm.
And go ahead and make an athletics check as you push against it.
See what happens. I mean, if it's a hidden door, or maybe not so hidden, who knows? That is only going to be, I mean, only in Reyn's case, a 17.
You push on this part of the wall, the one that's directly in front of you, and you give it a good push. There's some strength in it. It doesn't budge.
Okay. We gotta try shit.
That should do.
Cool. I assume that was my action
That would have
and
been your
most of
action.
my movement, so I'm gonna probably call it there.
Yep, you see Reyn's got both hands on it, and it's like, at the very least, solid stonework.
Hmm.
It's nice. Feels cool to the touch, as only stone can be. All right, Çiaran.
I suppose I should travel down the right path. Checking for traps as I go.
Go ahead.
Do we want to split?
I mean, I don't know what we're looking for. There's a door pivot on the left and the door pivot on the right, so
Hmm.
I guess I'll
Do what you want to do. I'm not trying to cloud your judgment. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not really sure what to do. Perhaps I'll just stick with Alder for now.
Just gonna go with
Oh.
Alder.
I'll go that way.
Yep, you move. You've probably got another 15 feet of movement. You can see that it heads left, and then begins turning another left.
Jesus. On left, on the left. Yeah, I'll move as far as I can, while being as careful as I can.
You do. You're able to move there. With your passive perception, the hall continues down a ways before making a right.
Alright. It seems a bit winding down this way. Can someone check to see if it's the same way down the right?
I'll go down the right. Make sure it's.
Well, perfect, because it's your turn.
Oh my god. So I
Hey,
don't
hey.
hear that you'll go down the right. Hopefully it's not as windy.
Yeah, you're able. Do you want to move your full movement speed down the right?
Yes.
You head down to your right, and you move so 5 feet to get around. Then you move another 25 down the way, and you look to your left, and there is another hallway that immediately turns left after you turn left, and then this one continues straight and turns into another T. Surik comes and makes at the rear and joins you, Gelt.
Yeah, we'll let serial killers know. Looks like this hallway continues on further to an end.
So you say that, Surik catches up and looks, and yeah, that sounds about right. And as soon as she says that, you hear another, and the wall behind one of the walls behind Surik and Gelt's pivots and cuts you off.
Oh no.
Oh,
And you look at this wall, and it is furry.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and Gelt, and I'll roll for Surik. Give me a perception check. All right.
17.
17? Huh. Surik has the same. You look, and it's on your side. It is also hairy, but you can see 2 handprints in the fur as it pushes and shuts behind you, separating you from your party. 2 adult-sized hands. So, go ahead and marinate on that one. Going back to the top, it's Alder. You look back. Well, you've had a little bit into it, but you can hear the unmistakable sound of a wall shutting.
And hearing that, Alder will start making his way towards here and be like, I think we're getting cut off. It's best for us to stay together.
And I will, nod in the affirmative.
And as I'm doing that too, getting by Çiaran, Alder will go ahead and just investigate the walls around us and just see if there's any movement with them or anything that he can catch that's out of the ordinary.
Roll investigation.
That's a nat 20, sir.
A nat 20. With a nat 20, you look at the pivots that Çiaran pointed out, and you notice that they are pivoted to move. You think about it, where they're facing, where they push, that if you pushed against it, that wall would probably move. And then looking around, you see lots of this, glowing kind of green fungus, and looking towards the end, you can see that the one of the walls at the very end has almost this waterfall of smoke drifting from it. It seems to just fall, like one of those really nice office wall waterfalls, but made out of smoke.
Mm-hmm. The smoke coming from a fall, and also, I think we can push this wall open.
Çiaran
I
will.
imagine that's how much I have to afford to say.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you can say that. It's easy enough. So now it is Reyn's turn.
Thank God I got back in time. My internet took a shit on me. I missed a lot of that, but I got the gist of it because at this juncture, I'm a tool of strength to use for wall pushing. I'm gonna try and push the wall.
Which one? The wall behind you, or the wall that Alder pointed out?
Whichever one Alder pointed out that he thinks that we might be able to use, because that would
You
lead
move
us
over-
back to Gelt, right?
There's the one. So there's the wall. So you saw it best. To your right,
Yeah.
the wall shut, and that's this big furry wall. The one that Alder
What's
pointed
furry?
out. Yes.
I hate it.
The one that Alder pointed out is you head 10 feet towards the hallway in the opposite direction. You're like, oh, I needed to move 10 feet and then push.
Of course. If we think trying to push through the wall is a decent idea, then Reyn is going to try it, because we need to at least try to get back to our friends.
All right, so you go to the one that Alder pointed out, and go ahead and roll me athletics check.
That one that's a non-nat 20.
Yeah, you push, and there's these walls are by no means light, but you push against it, and it moves, and it's you're going, and it goes about 45 degrees, so it pushes forward and clicks, it doesn't click into place, that's the wrong word, but moves until it hits the end of its pivots. And looking in front of you now, you see that it heads to the left and then makes another left. As you're pushing it, you see on the wall, now that it has been pushed into its new position on the wall that is now exposed, that you can see in front of you, you see an eye open up on the wall.
I hate
And
it.
then another eye. and then another, and another, and another, and another. And they don't look at you, they look in all sorts of directions. And a couple of them begin to blink.
Oh.
You've got, that probably took, only really 10 feet of your movement speed, so you still got 15 feet left. Enough to go to where Alder and Çiaran are, or you could begin to head left and then another left down this hall.
I as Nick don't know what I want to do. The party is already split, and I can't end up alone. I'm too stupid for that. As Reyn, not as Nick. Fuck. Major fuck. Because essentially, Çiaran and Alder are heading the opposite direction of where Cyric and Gelt just went that closed off, right?
Yeah, so if we can put it in some cardinal directions. So you guys entered in from the north entrance and you were heading south. That first tunnel that went to the left is east. You headed east until you hit the T. Now, Cyric and Gelt headed south, and then the wall shut in behind them. You guys headed north. Alder and Çiaran began to head to the west, and got halfway down the hallway, and at the very end of it they see that wall that has smoke pouring out of it. You push towards your wall that you pushed out east, and then pivoted until it was facing south. And now if you head to the hallway that's directly behind from where you pushed that into place, you'd be heading north and then heading west if you continue down that hall.
Because I'm not with my stubby dwarf legs. Am I going to catch up to Çiaran and Alder? Or am I
Yeah,
still going
you
to be
could
behind
definitely
them?
catch up to them.
Yeah. I mean, I opened this thing, but I still feel like that's probably my best course of action is to just stay with my group.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
This is all ass backwards already.
So you move over to Çiaran and Alder. And speaking of Çiaran and Alder, it's Çiaran's turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be going back because Alder told me that Gelt and Cyric got cut off, so...
You move your way back and you see where there was another hallway is now a hairy wall. And it's not like a fur that was put over it, it's like the wall has grown hair.
And she calls out to Cyric and Gelt and asks if they're alright.
Nothing. Gelt and Mia Cyric, you don't hear anything.
Çiaran's gonna stand probably... How close am I right now?
I mean, you can get all the way up to the wall with your movement.
I'm gonna blast it with a firebolt from 10 feet away.
Go ahead, make an attack.
That's 18 to hit.
Roll damage.
That's 6 fire damage.
It originally smelled like must and dust, the faint smell of decay. Now it smells like burning hair. And you can see that you have burned the hair. 6 points of fire damage of hair loss.
Alright. Anyone know anything? Hey, Reyn, you know anything about Harry Walls?
I think we're all as about in the dark about what's going on as everybody else. But
Okay.
no, I don't.
Well, there's one between us and Gelt.
Yep, and this one has eyes on it.
What?
as you look back at the wall you walked past and see eyes.
She was focused on guilt. What the fuck's going on? End's turn.
All right, Gelt, it is back to you. You're looking back on the other side of this furry wall. Furry walls. Boy, that's a deep cut.
It is.
And you see the handprints that are still pressed into it.
Other than the handprints, does Gelt see anything else upon being put in this new area?
I mean, you still see, looking back the other way, the other part of this has not changed. However, since the wall shut in, there is another path that has opened up where the wall used to be presiding.
All right.
So that leads out to the north, east, south, west.
Okay. Gelt would rather not press on without his group, if possible. So seeing these handprints on the wall, can Gelt match his handprints?
Yeah, you go and you put your hands over it, and as you do so, you feel it intense cold, like you've stepped into like a human shaped condense of cold. Don't know how else better to describe it, but it's like you've walked into something that is about human sized.
That doesn't sound good.
No, don't. Anything else, or
As of right then, you as of right now, no.
right? I stepped into something cold, boys.
Mm.
I guess. I mean, do I have any other actions available to me?
I mean, you've got your whole action. You are currently standing in something. Unmistakably standing in something. Just something you can't see.
Well, I mean, then Gelt will prepare an action. If anything does happen, he will cast Shield of Faith on himself.
Alright. If anything happens, okay. Surik looks that way, calls out, Çiaran? But it doesn't travel. Çiaran, you don't hear anything on the other side. And at the very bottom, Gelt, make me a strength check.
Too good at that, but I can definitely do that for you. How does a 17 do?
A 17. That would be really good, normally.
Normally.
As you feel yourself, you feel this energy, this force turn, and it's like someone puts their hands on your chest and you are pushed back 30 feet down this hallway.
Jeez.
So 5, 10,
Yeah, right.
15, 20, 25, 30. And go ahead and make me a dex saving throw.
That I'm okay at. How's another 18?
18, yeah, you're able to keep your feet, and Surik looks at you and goes, "What the?" As your anime style pushed across.
Well, I don't know either.
She'll use her action and she fires a bow into the area that you were just at. Let's see if she. with her? With disadvantage? Did she get pulled? God damn it, she fucking did. So
Did
she fires one of these bolts, and Gelt, you're watching, and it flies, and instead of hitting the wall, it stops about 3 or 4 feet and seems to hit something before falling. And there is there's this unearthly wail that erupts from it.
Okay.
So
Oh boy.
that's where we're gonna end it for now.
Oh man. Fuck.
Wow.
Woo!
It's
Welcome
a little
to-
spooky.
Welcome to the Silver Pyramid, guys. Welcome to
Woo!
the area, and it won't be surprising that it's called now, but welcome to the Shifting Walls.
That makes sense.
We're finally here. Sweet mammity jammity, we're finally here.
Not loving it.
Loving it. I'm fucking Mickey D's all over this, guys. Loving this.
Oh god.
They did say this was the source of all the weird ass corruption.
They did.
Oh boy.
Cool boy. Well, before we jump into our things, chat, thank you for sticking by. Quick shout outs to Atten, Bristle Rich, Feet, get affiliated now. Let's do the streamers, and Lurks. Hey, good to see you, Lurks, Feet, and Atten. Also, you get affiliated now, and let's do the streamers. Good to see you guys all back again. Thanks for watching. We'll be back as long as we're all good for Tuesday at 5:30, as we do.
Yup.
Bye, chat.
Sounds good. Bye, chat. Take care.
Hi, chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.